Hillsboro High School will be the host tonight for Southeast of Saline on the road. It's week number 6, Trojan Football visiting Hillsboro. My name is Devin Haney. I'll have play-by-play of tonight's contest. With me in the booth will be Russ Kossel, providing live stream video free of charge on SalinaPost.com is Trey Tolley, and producing and engineering back at the KINA studios in Salina is Chris Cadle. Glad you could join us. Week number 6 already of the high school football season. Southeast of Saline last Friday night defended their home turf on homecoming with a 66-0 victory over the Lions. Southeast of Saline got out of the gates quickly, scored 20 first quarter points, and then put up 40 in the second quarter. We saw the depth of Southeast of Saline come through in this game with a lot of second-team backups and a lot of freshmen getting playing time throughout the second half as Southeast of Saline cruises to their 5th victory of the season. It's the 5th consecutive season Southeast of Saline has started 5-0, and they did it with 542 yards of total offense against Lions. Most of that on the ground with 385 yards rushing, 157 yards passing. Gannon Jacobson was the star of the night. 3 touchdowns in the air, 3 touchdowns on the ground, 2 more 2-point conversions as he was an offensive juggernaut for Southeast of Saline in pretty much 2 quarters of play. Once again, 66-0 the final score. Southeast now turns their attention to another district opponent tonight on the road at Hillsboro. The Trojans come into this game from Hillsboro 2-3 on the season, but their 3 losses are to respectable opponents. They have lost 3 games to opponents that are currently setting a combined 14 wins and 1 loss in Haven, Heston, and last week losing to Ellsworth on the road 14-6. When we come back here on Countdown to Kickoff, we'll interview both coaches. We'll have Mitch Gibart coming up in segment 3. Coming up next, we'll visit with Demetrius Cox. He's the head coach of the Hillsboro Trojans. That'll get us all started here as Countdown to Kickoff, brought to you by L&L Advisors, is underway. So is open enrollment for your Medicare programs. You want to make sure you lean on the experts you know and that you care. Located at L&L Advisors, 2 locations in Salina and 1 in downtown McPherson, a proud supporter of local area high school athletics, including those southeast of Saline. Countdown to Kickoff is underway worldwide on Salina Post and locally from the Equity Bank broadcast booth in Hillsboro, right here on KINA.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help you with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach, right off Crawford, and in the Central Mall, Salina, and downtown McPherson. Based on honesty and trust, contact L&L Advisors today.
Assyria Oil and Hardware encourages you to celebrate your freedoms and the best country on the planet. Stop in and check out the largest ammo supply in southern Saline County. Stock up now and be ready for next season. With 24/7 pumps, no matter what time of day or night, your gas and diesel tanks can rely on us. During regular business hours, you can get your favorite pizza and snacks to have enough energy to win the day. Assyria Oil and Hardware, located in Assyria at the corner of Center and Main. We'll fill you up.
Fall is the absolute best time for the experts at Commercial Tire Centers to look over your vehicle. Summer was tough on your tires, and winter's coming on strong. You don't want to be left stranded with tires that aren't performing. Car, truck, SUV, trailers, farm, and big rigs. Commercial Tire will help you keep safe and productive. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th in Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
At Vernon Jewelers, we are celebrating 140 years of our family serving yours, serving you with the best in prices, quality, and the service to back it up. You can trust us for your unique custom pieces and any repair you may need. And just because we've been around for 140 years doesn't mean we are old and out of touch. It just means we're really good at what we do. Now is the time to shop for the holiday. Come see us in downtown Salina and look for the iconic Vernon Jewelers sign on Santa Fe, here for you since 1884.
Need more time in your day? Laundry Technicians of Salina is here to help, offering premier wash and fold services with same-day or 24-hour service options. It's as easy as dropping off and picking up, allowing you to attend all of life's events. Perfect for when you're back from vacation, short on time, or dealing with the unexpected. Let us handle your laundry needs and simplify your day, one load at a time. Locally owned and operated, visit Laundry Technicians in Craft Manor today.
Time now for tonight's scouting report for Southeast of Saline football.
Back here on Countdown to Kickoff, getting ready for week number 6 high school football in the area, and a good one. It's the Trojan War between Hillsboro and Southeast of Saline on the campus of Tabor College. And joining us now as we go behind enemy lines to look at Southeast of Saline's opponent tonight, it's brought to you by Salina Septic Service, is head coach Demetrius Cox. And Coach, boy, you got the Hillsboro Trojans playing well this year. I know the first thing that really sticks out at me is a 2-3 record, but you dig in a little bit deeper in that. The 3 losses that you've had so far this year to teams that are 14-1. Talk about your schedule so far this season.
Our schedule has been pretty tough. It's been brutal, but it gives us that competition that we need to see where we're at week in and week out.
Yeah, you played teams like and lost to Haven and Heston. Last week was a one-possession game at Ellsworth, who is still undefeated. Talk about this Ellsworth game a little bit. I know a lot of Southeast of Saline people are interested in that as they eyeball the schedule down the road a little bit. How'd your game go against the Bearcats last week?
Bearcats, they're a feisty team. I mean, overall, I thought we played great. It was a testimony to where people who do not like football probably wouldn't enjoy it because it was a defensive game, so it wasn't like scoring. And now football is all about lighting up the scoreboard, so when you see a 6-14 score, everybody want to think one or the other team played bad or anything like that. Both teams played well. It's just the defense had a great day on both sides, and they made more plays than what we did, but it comes down to football, physicality, and I just felt like their physicality that day was better than ours.
Start with defense. Let's go there. I'm a defensive guy myself. I love what you're saying about that. How's your defense this year? Talk about your defense and what you guys are trying to do, and give me a few names and some guys that we'll recognize in the game tonight.
I'm going to give you a guy on each level from the defensive line to the linebackers to the DBs. But our defense this year is, I'm going to go on the line and say surprising. I did not think that we would be playing this great on that side of the ball at this point. But our defense right now is so far ahead of our offense to where it's keeping us in games. I got 2 seniors up front, Nash Dickinson and Noah Beavers. 2 guys that at the defensive end I feel like just hold their own against anybody. I know Noah wants to play at the next level. He's been getting looks at the DM position, and he's a handful. And then we transition to the linebackers, which is a great core group of guys. We got Josiah Gooch. He's a junior. He's a stud. He's going to be a great player at the next level, I think. A kid that flies under the radar that people don't know much about is Sutton Reger. He started for as a freshman. He took sophomore year off, and he's back as a junior. I think his presence is what gives us that physicality that we missed. And just having him in the lineup at that Mike position is great. And then we transition to our defensive backs. You're talking about 2 seniors that has been playing for a while, and Lincoln Wiggert and Seth Jiggers. Jiggers is getting pretty good offers. He's getting looked at the defensive back receiver position. Lincoln Wiggert is what I call him a true safety. He's a center field safety that can read. The surprising kid is a sophomore, Dayton Lowen. We had him at a backer, but we moved him outside to receive cornerback, and he has been a surprise for us. And I think just moving him there has made our defense just so much stronger. So that's how we are on defense, and we're a tough-knit group.
Yeah, your defense has definitely caught the attention of a lot of people. Let's flip the ball now and go on the other side. And let's look at your offense. I know last year you guys aired the ball out pretty well. You were a good passing team. What's the approach this year for your football team?
Sad to say, but we're in week, 6 right now, going to week 6. And I'm going to say we probably still trying to find our identity.
Okay.
Some games we come out and we can run the ball and we look like, we'll be a power run team. And the next week, the running game is like, oh, my gosh, what happened? But, you cannot – now we got a sophomore quarterback who does not have the talent at this point as a Dawson Bolt. Our quarterback last year, he can spin it. This guy here, he's got the ability, but he doesn't have the experience. But he's a great runner. So at some point, we got to play towards his strengths and also realize our guys that, well, if we're not going to be a dominant run 90% team, then we better figure out a way to pass the dang on ball. We got quality receivers at every spot. We just got to find a way to get them the ball. That's on me as the offensive coordinator to figure out how to get the ball out of his hand quicker. And then that's on our quarterbacks to find the right receiver and get it to him, but it's also our receivers to get separation. So I really can't tell you, are we a running team or a pass team? Because say in week 6, we're still trying to find out ourselves.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Are you happy with the offensive line play? I've watched some film on you guys, and it looks like the guys up front are doing okay. What do you think about your offensive line?
The offensive line are all seniors, so that's a blessing.
Yeah.
I think with our offensive line, they're solid. They're improving. They're getting better. I think at times we put them in bad situations, but I think overall that is a solid group of guys that once they make contact and once they learn to drive after contact, then we'll see a lot of improvement. Right now we got a lot of guys that will thump you but won't hold on to the thump. So we just have to figure out with those guys just how to motivate them and keep them going once they make contact. But overall, our O-line is not our biggest issue. Right now our biggest issue with our skill guys and our quarterback trying to figure out what do we want to do.
So far on the schedule, on your way to 2-3, you're alternating weeks. You will lose one week, but then you rebound quickly and win the next week. That has landed you now 2-3. And we talked about the level of competition. How's this week gone for you in preparation of this game here tonight?
I can tell you it's not easy. That Southeast Saline team is, I'm going to say, based off what I see on film, they're the real deal. There's no reason why they rank number 1. They seem like they get it done in and out. They're consistent at what they do. And with us, we've been fortunate to show up one week, and then the next week we don't show up. I'm hoping and praying that this is one of the weeks that we decide to show up because we got our hands full. They're well coached. They're disciplined. They fly around. They're physical. But we could be the same way if we just put our mindset to it and get consistent. And I tell my guys day in and day out, we are a darn good team, and we can be a darn good team in 2A that can make a run for this thing. But until they start believing it and we play consistent, then it's non-existent.
What do you think your biggest keys are for success tonight for your team, Coach?
Oh my gosh. That's a great question. I think it's going to come down to 2 or 3 things. How well we defend that quarterback, our physicality up front, and then our discipline to our game plan. I think we do those 3 things, we'll be okay, and we'll give ourselves a fighting chance.
Demetrius Cox, head coach of the Hillsboro Trojans. His guys tonight coming in hosting Southeast of Saline. Coach, thank you so much for your time. Good luck tonight and also the rest of the season.
Well, thank you, Trojans.
Back with more Pre-game. It's Hillsboro and Southeast of Saline here on KINA.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
It's third down and 8 for the Trojans. They really need to make the right call here.
During the football game, it's crucial to make the right call. And in real estate, one call can bring a positive outcome from your real estate experience. Whether you're looking for real property, upsizing to make room for the family, downsizing, or acquiring investment property, call Winnell Garrettson at Salina Homes.
What a call! Touchdown, Trojans!
Buy or sell, call Winnell.
Suit up for your next Southeast of Saline game day with Trojan gear from Copyco. T-shirts, hoodies, hats, and more available off the rack or customized. At Copyco, they offer all the printing and custom apparel you need at the prices and fast turnaround you've come to expect over the last 30 years as your local hometown print shop. Whether you're a diehard Trojan fan, a coach planning the next big event, or a business looking to sponsor the team, they've got everything you need to show your Southeast of Saline spirit. Copyco, more than just a copy center, a proud sponsor of Southeast of Saline.
Visit Suburban Appliance Center in Salina to see the Whirlpool washer with 2 ways to wash, thanks to the 2-in-1 removable agitator. With a flexible capacity, you can take the agitator out for bulky loads or keep it in for items like jeans. Shop now at Suburban Appliance Center and get twice the washer you have at home. Suburban Appliance Center in Salina, located at 1900 South 9th Street, or check them out at suburbanappliancecenter.com.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Hey, Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
When crop and weather conditions are just right, you need to bale as much as you can, as fast as you can, all while putting up the highest quality product possible. Case IH round balers have the reputation as the hardest working balers in the business to consistently build dense bales with square shoulders that don't sag. No matter the crop or field condition, bale more with Case IH round balers. With easier maintenance and serviceability, you'll spend more time where it counts. In the field, baling hay. Ready to build a better bale? Contact Can Equip in Solomon.
You're listening to Trojan Football on KINA Sports.
Back here on Countdown to Kickoff, getting ready for week number 6, Southeast of Saline football on the road to play the Hillsboro Trojans on the campus of Tabor College. To tell us all about it and to how the week has gone, we'll check in with head coach Mitch Gibart of the Southeast Trojans. Boy, Coach, a good game for you last week. Homecoming, you defend your home turf, which is always important. You get a big victory over the Lions 66-0. Got out of the gates quickly on this one, 20 points in the first quarter. What'd you think about the start of this game?
I thought we started very well. We gave up a couple first downs there to start the game out with, but after we kind of got the defense settled in, I thought they played good the entire game. Anytime you can put a 0 on the scoreboard, your defense is playing well. And I thought we got our offense going a lot of different ways against Lions last week, and I was proud of the way we played.
You had a very impressive cluster of scoring right there in the second quarter. And we saw it earlier this season against Beloit, but we saw it again against Lions. You were able to put all that together, come out of the second quarter with a 40-point quarter. You're in control at halftime now already, 60-0. Boy, that was just, you kind of snap your fingers and all of a sudden you have 3 touchdowns on the board, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I'm proud of our kids. Sometimes we've had teams, and I've seen teams that when they get a lead, they kind of relax a little bit, but I didn't feel like our kids did that at all against Lions last week. And, I'm proud of them for doing that because, in the end, we're coaching 15 to 18-year-old kids, and it'd be pretty easy to take your foot off the gas. But, I felt like our kids did that, and we're fortunate enough to score several touchdowns there in the second quarter.
You and I talk about this quite a bit, but building depth is key, not only to next year, but also as you move along this year. We've already seen some kids step up and kind of step into some key roles and do some good things this week against Lions, but also the week before against Kingman. Just rattle some names off for me, Coach, like who has really impressed you right now, and maybe some kids that have surprised you a little bit.
I got to start with Deacon Bear, and I know he was a starter last year on the defensive line for us and does a great job, but we moved him to linebacker when our linebackers got hurt, and I didn't feel like we missed much of a beat at all. Did an outstanding job there. But, we've got some younger guys that are doing a really good job for us. Taryn Tkachuk had to step in there at Kingman and play safety a good portion of that game, and we all know how good Kingman's offense is, and I thought he did a good job. And we've got several guys. Ian Nicholson did a good job. He's been playing offensive line, hadn't played much defensive line, but with moving Deacon back, I thought Ian did a good job. I've got several kids that have just done an outstanding job for us, stepping in when they needed to.
Gannon Jacobson, definitely the stat star of the night. 3 on the ground, 3 in the air, had a couple of 2-point conversions. Boy, he played a good game, and he made some passes in this game that were pretty amazing. We continue to see the evolution now of Gannon Jacobson at quarterback, don't we? I
we really do, and I thought he threw the ball very, very well. We had a couple balls dropped that should have been caught also on those, and in our receivers, that happens every once in a while. But, I really believe Gannon's really stepping into a role. I thought he ran the ball really well and saw where the blocks were and did a nice job with that. But, he just continues to get better, and Gannon works so darn hard. He's always going to continue to get better.
You look at the line, there's been a lot of just kind of motioning. As you said, there's guys that are playing defensive line now that aren't played offensive line, and just it's kind of the trickle-down theory. You replace one spot, you go all the way through the process. The rotation and the guys that are playing offensive line right now, there really doesn't seem to be much of a drop-off that I'm seeing. Am I missing something, or is this offensive line pretty dang good right now?
No, I think they're doing an outstanding job, and you're right. We play 7 or 8 guys. They're on the offensive line, and Coach Douglas just does an outstanding job and has for a long time here at Southeast Saline with our offensive line, and he gets a lot out of every kid, and he demands a lot from them, but does an outstanding job with them, and those kids know where they're supposed to be and what they're supposed to do, and they want to play well, and that's what they've been doing.
Back to the point about building depth, this was something you were able to do in the second half. You went to the locker room knowing you were going to have a running clock in the second half, and you were able to get a lot of kids in. This is probably the most amount of freshmen that I've ever seen in a varsity game for Southeast of Salina. I might be missing one there, but it seemed like you were happy at the end of the game with the way that the kids came in and they competed and they didn't let a huge drop-off happen and didn't make a lot of mistakes.
No, and I agree with you. I really feel like if we'd put some of those kids in week one, they'd have struggled with what we were trying to do. But, I feel like every kid got in that could play that night and did a pretty darn good job of it. I was really proud of our number 2 guys there, a lot of our JV guys there, to take that opening drive down and score on it. And, they had a penalty that they had to overcome and some adversity that, they were going against a varsity football team, and they moved the ball right down the field and scored. So I was proud of that. And then, like you said, we got everybody in, and everybody contributed to that win. So that was contributed to the win with the playing time. Everybody always contributes, but they got to play in that game, and that is exciting for us. And it does build depth. I mean, it's pretty cool to get on a Friday night and play. So that just continues to help our program.
66-0, you get the win, the final score there. You move to 5-0 on the season. It's the 5th consecutive season now that Southeast of Saline football has started out 5-0. What's a run like this mean to you, where you can start out the season, you can get into district play, and you're really unblemished so far? You've gone through, and you've been challenged. I don't want to say that, but on the scoreboard, boy, it's always a purple, isn't it?
Well, I'm proud of what the kids do here. They work tails off to get to this point, and and honestly, and I know everybody gets tired of me saying this, but every week we try to talk about going 1-0 that week, and I really feel like we have bought into doing that and do what it takes to get that job done, and so we can move on to the next job. And it's a good group of kids we're coaching right now, and we've been very fortunate to coach those kids over the years.
This weather, kind of hard to figure out a little bit. It's been cooling off, but yet it still gets hot during the day. And we're in that magical time of year right now. How's practice and how's the week of preparation gone for you?
Yeah, we've had a good week of practice. I feel like our kids are pretty focused and have done a really good job every day this week of being locked in and just continually trying to get better. I'm proud of the kids for doing that.
You're preparing for a Hillsboro team. You traveled to their place for the 2nd consecutive year. If I remember right, this Hillsboro team last year, they were a little pass heavy, and you were able to go in and kind of take care of that passing offense a little bit. What do you know about the Hillsboro team this year?
Well, they're good. They're big up front. They've got a lot of athletes. Hillsboro always has athletes. We played Hillsboro back when I was in high school 100 years ago, and they had athletes then too. So anytime a team has athletes, it scares you a little bit. But they're big up front. They're physical. They played a tough schedule, so we got to come in prepared and get ourselves ready to go.
Yeah, this Hillsboro team, you talk about their schedule. They come in 2-3 on the season, but out of those 3 losses, they've lost to Haven, Heston, and then last week to Ellsworth by 1 possession. Those 3 teams that they've lost to are combined 14-1. You don't ever want to look past anybody, but what's the conversation been like, and what are your keys tonight for your guys to have success against Hillsboro?
Against Hillsboro on the road, we've got to make sure we take care of the football. Last year we struggled with that a little bit. We either had 4 or 5 turnovers in the game last year, and we just kind of let them stay in that game. The final score didn't look like that, but I never felt comfortable during that game last year. And we just because we turned the ball over so many times, and we got to take care of the football, get first downs on offense. Defense, we just got to do our job, make sure we're making tackles. They got a couple backs, and their quarterback also. He runs the ball very well, and they do a nice job of passing the ball. We got to make sure that we're making tackles. And our special teams have done a good job all season long. When that's just kind of what we expect from them, and we want to make that happen.
Southeast of Saline at Hillsboro tonight. Joining us on pregame, head coach Mitch Gibart. His guys tonight taking on another Trojan squad, this time on the campus of Tabor College. Coach, best of luck to you. We'll talk to you at halftime.
All right, thank you.
Back with more Southeast of Saline pregame after this on KINA.
In the trenches and on the ground, that's where the game is won. Isaacson Truck Line is a proud supporter of the Southeast of Saline Trojans. For local and long-haul service of freight and livestock, call Isaacson Truck Line, reminding you to have a safe Friday night on the roads. Wreak havoc, Trojans.
The Appliance Center. It's where you go to shop for washers, dryers, kitchen appliances, furniture, pellet grills, TVs, and so much more. If you are looking for a local, family-owned business, visit the Appliance Center. We're in the big red and white building on South Broadway in Salina. Come experience the Appliance Center difference.
Fall is the absolute best time for the experts at commercial tire centers to look over your vehicle. Summer was tough on your tires, and winter's coming on strong. You don't want to be left stranded with tires that aren't performing. Car, truck, SUV, trailers, farm, and big rigs. Commercial Tire will help you keep safe and productive. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th in Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
Hey Trojans fans, this is Angela Gephardt, proud wife of Southeast Saline head coach Mitch Gibart. Just like the Trojans strive for excellence on the field, the Bank of Tesket goes the extra mile to offer top-notch checking accounts that fit your style. Whether you're managing your day-to-day expenses or planning for the future, our checking accounts are easy, convenient, and tailored for you. Plus, with your local roots and friendly service, we're here to support you every step of the way. Go Trojans!
Bank of Tesket, member FDIC.
The Southeast of Saline School District has a long-standing reputation for excellence. This excellence in public education has been a source of great pride and one of the factors contributing to the quality of life in our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation works in partnership with the USD 306 School District and the community that it serves to maximize student potential, thereby creating a lasting legacy, not only for our children, but for our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation salutes the Trojan Sports Program.
Mary Maids in Salina offers house cleaning services you can see and feel. Your home is more than just a house. It's where memories are made and moments are cherished. Though life can be complicated, house cleaning shouldn't be. Mary Maids strives to take the stress out of your day so you can live your life your way. With more than 40 years experience and an advanced time-tested cleaning process, they can help you reclaim time with your loved ones. Find Mary Maids on Facebook or check out their website at marymaids.com.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help you with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach, right off Crawford, and in the Central Mall, Salina, and downtown McPherson. Based on honesty and trust, contact L&L Advisors today.
This has been Countdown to Kickoff. The opening kick is right around the corner. It's about to get ugly. Back to the stadium we go for Trojan football on KINA Sports.
Welcome back into the campus of Tabor College. Along with Russ Kossel, my name is Devin Haney. So we get ready here for week number 6 of high school football here on the campus of Tabor College. We just had the coin toss here. Hillsboro has won the toss. They have deferred, and Southeast of Saline will start out with the football here in this week 6 matchup between a couple of Trojan teams, not that far away from each other. Just a little jaunt down Highway 4, then Highway 15, Gypsum to Hillsboro. Game conditions tonight brought to you by the Kniper Agency of Farmers Insurance. 81 degrees here at kickoff. It is cooling down quickly, though, behind a south breeze at 6 miles an hour. That breeze will continue on through the end of the game, 5 to 10 miles an hour. and it will be 73 degrees by the time we are done with this one. Trey Tolley is providing live stream video tonight on SalinaPost.com that is paired with the radio broadcast, and that is presented by our friends at Billings Group, financial advisors. We'll tell you all about them as the broadcast goes on tonight as well. Russ Kossel just about ready to get underway here. Trojans looking for win number 6 from southeast of Saline. Your Nui Majatio keys to success tonight for the visiting Southeast Trojans.
Man, I think you heard it on Countdown to Kickoff with Mitch Gibart. They turned the ball over 4-5 times last year and kind of kept Hillsboro around, never really felt comfortable. Take care of the ball, done a pretty good job this year of it, and look for a heavy dose of number 5 and Gannon Jacobson off the big game he had last week against Lions.
Your Salina Regional Health Center, Sports Medicine, and Orthopedic Clinic. Checking out the report before the game, Grady Gebhardt out of tonight's game. He is going to rest one more week. Killian Vaughn back in there, though. He will play a stretch tonight. He is wearing a big purple ball on his hand after damaging that hand against Beloit, but he's back in there in full pads, ready to sweat it up here against the Hillsboro Trojans. The kick, and we are underway. Southeast of Saline will take the football. They will retreat. It's Evan Watkins back to the 18-yard line. Angling right. He'll come across the 25, 30, tightrope his way to the 35-yard line, where he will be spotted out of bounds at the 36. Southeast of Saline's offense will take over there, and they will be engineered by Gannon Jacobson, the junior quarterback. Last week, 3 touchdowns on the ground, 3 touchdowns in the air. On the season, 49 out of 97. 660 yards passing, 13 touchdowns against 5 interceptions. He also has 419 yards rushing and 5 touchdowns. Go over the supporting cast around Gannon Jacobson as Southeast of Saline starts out here with an empty backfield. 5 wide receivers, 3 of them to the left. Now a jet sweep. They fake it to Kenyon Douglas. Jacobson through the first level, and he's going to run right into the back of one of his blockers. That was Evan Watkins leading the way, and it's an 8-yard gain for Gannon Jacobson on first down.
Left to right up front, Ian Nicholson, Deacon Bear, Drew Weller anchoring this offensive line. Brody Chambers, Kendall Minimum, have Caden Berrigan outside, Malachi Hopkins outside, Evan Watkins and Tucker Thaxton.
A cluster of 3 to the right. Jacobson will roll away from that. It'll be an isolation play for Thaxton, and Jacobson will put it out there across midfield. Thaxton will have the football as he steps out of bounds at the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards on the pitch and catch. Jacobson to his favorite target on the season so far, Tucker Thaxton.
Yeah, Tucker coming in 348 yards receiving.
Back to the line of scrimmage, now rolling the other way. Jacobson wants to throw again. This one might have been tipped by a Hillsboro linebacker. And that's one of the strengths of this Hillsboro team. They have really good defensive end, but their linebacking core of Anders Weisbeck, Sutton Reger, and Josiah Gooch, all very, very good. That was Reger knocking that one out of the air.
Yeah, because the linebacker just dropping back right into that zone area. Southeast had 2 receivers pretty close to that. You'd like to see them spread out a little bit.
6 returning starters for this Hillsboro defense from a year ago. Here is a give straight up the gut. It's Hollub, and he is going to be arrested for a loss of a yard on his first carry of the day. That'll put Southeast of Saline in negative territory here at 3rd down and 11 after a loss of a yard.
Amarion coming in 34 carries, 185 yards, and 4 touchdowns. And just a couple games, really full games this year, the last 2 for him with Grady Gebhardt being out.
Hollub will stay in the backfield. He'll be in the pistol formation, lined up directly behind Jacobson. 2 wide receivers to the right. They're going to fake the pitch out left. Jacobson now rolling right. Lets it rip down the right-hand hash, and it's going to be caught by Kenyon Douglas and taken down at the 35-yard line. They needed 11, and they got 12. Move the sticks for Southeast of Saline, courtesy of Kenyon Douglas.
Gannon doing a good job with that pitch fake to the left side to Hollum, offensive line floating just right down the line of scrimmage and giving him all kinds of time to find an open receiver.
Douglas has been picking up as of lately in the passing game. Here's Jacobson throwing down the left-hand side, and a ball that was almost caught over there by Tucker Thaxton. Coverage over there on the play by Jaden Lowen. And Lowen is a guy that you might have heard in pregame. Head coach Demetrius Cox told us they started him out at linebacker, moved him out to corner, and that's one of the best things that they have done this year. He's just a sophomore, and he stood up to the test there.
Ran step to step with Thaxton on that deep route.
Here is play action. Thaxton out now, a quick out all by himself. He's at the 30, starts out left, slams on the brakes, comes back right, and he's going to have the first down all the way down to the 22-yard line. It's a gain of 13. Once again, Jacobson to Thaxton.
And if you're the defense here, what do? Because you know Tucker can beat you deep, but if you're going to give him 6 to 10 yards right there, he gets up to speed in those first 2 or 3 steps.
First down and 10 from the 22-yard line. Knocking on the door, the Case IH red zone. Here's Kenyon Douglas. Has a sweep play, all about in front blocking. Also Chambers out there and Miniman out there. Not able to stretch it out enough, though, to get the corner. And it's going to be just a short loss on the play. Douglas lost 1 on that one.
Yeah, he ran about 25 yards right there and ended up losing 1. Defensive line right there for Hillsboro does a pretty good job of stringing that play out to the near sideline with Douglas nowhere to go.
2nd and 11 at the Hillsboro 24-yard line. Thaxton again isolated by himself off to the left. Jacobson, play action, wants to roll that way. Watkins out as the personal protector. Jacobson wants to run, and he'll take about 6 yards of the 11 that they need. That'll bring up 3rd down and 5.
Nothing flashy right there, but notice the play of Evan Watkins right there, kind of chipping off the edge right there on a much bigger guy, just enough to hold him off where Gannon could get that corner to bring up, a defensive end right there by Evan Watkins bring up 3rd and manageable right here for Southeast.
Jacobson's just sneaking into the KSIH red zone, brought to you by Canequip in Solomon. See their new state-of-the-art facility just off I-70 at the Solomon exit. 3rd down and 6. From just inside the 20-yard line. Jacobson's going to keep it, perhaps knowing he had 2 downs to pick this up. He's going to plunge ahead for about 3, and that'll bring up 4th down.
And that was a great play by defensive end Nash Dickinson right there, not falling for the fake, staying home. That was kind of a setup play with the last string with the wideouts coming through in motion, but Nash doing a great job of staying home to bring up no gain here. 4th down for Southeast.
They're only going to give him 1 on the play. Call it 4th down and 5. Football sitting down at the 17-yard line in the scoring zone here of the Hillsboro defense, but it's 4th down for Southeast. Jacobson rolls out to the left, has the ball hanging off his hip. Now he's going to tuck it away. He's going to try to run it. He will be stopped short. Jacobson needed to get to the 8-yard line. He was stonewalled at the 10, and it'll be a turnover on downs here for Southeast of Saline.
Jayton Lowen might have busted that play. He didn't make the play there, but he jammed Tucker Thaxton right at the line of scrimmage and didn't allow Tucker to release. It looked like he wanted to roll out and kind of lob that one up that we've seen so much all year long, but a good job by Hillsboro. A bend, don't break. Now they will be set up deep in their own territory as Southeast goes on defense.
Southeast will turn it over at the 15-yard line. Hillsboro will come out here. Their quarterback, a sophomore, Zane Haslett. Haslett a southpaw, and right away we have our first flag of the game. It's a procedure penalty here against the Hillsboro Trojans. Haslett has the same running back in the backfield that was there last year. You might remember Dalton Bolt was the quarterback last year who slung it all over the field. When we came in here a year ago, Hillsboro was one of the top-rated passing teams in the state. Josiah Gooch, though, was still the running back. He's a junior this year, and so far has 442 yards rushing and 5 touchdowns. Anders Weisbeck, the big senior, 241 pounds, will also be in the backfield as a threat to rush, block, or receive. Empty backfield for Haslett. Haslett looks out to the right, little bubble screen, well blocked out in front, and then Southeast of Saline comes in and crashes the party, holds it to a 3-yard gain.
Guys on Bryson Lippold, Drew Weller, Deacon Bear, Brody Chambers, Kenyon Douglas out there as well, Tucker Thaxton, Gannon Jacobson out back, Evan Watkins, and as we talked about, Grady Gebhart, the leading tackler on this team, once again out for his 2nd complete game.
3 yards on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 12 for this Hillsboro offense. They tried Josiah Gooch, and he will go nowhere. He was tackled violently on that play by Evan Watkins, who came up from his quarterback spot.
Yeah, Evan did a great job of filling that. Read that play really well from that far side corner and just came in and filled that C gap right there and made that open field tackle. Now 3rd down and 10 for Hillsboro. I think if you're Southeast, Devin, if they're going to drop back to pass, spreading 5 wide, you got to look to maybe send that linebacker to try to get pressure on Haslett.
Gain of 1.5 on the play, makes it 3rd down and 10, back to the original line of scrimmage at the 15-yard line. Hillsboro 3rd and long here. They want to pass it off to the left-hand side, and this ball slapped down out of the air. Might have been Brody Chambers up front, and he throws a big high five at the good hand of Killian Vaughn. It was Chambers who knocked it down at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and he didn't even have to leave his feet. That thing almost hit him right between the 7 and the 5 and just didn't get up in the air. So a good stand after a turnover on downs. and now you're going to have Thaxton and Jacobson back deep for this punt.
They will set at about midfield stripe. Jacobson will go a little deeper. Now Thaxton does too as they stand between their own 45 and the midfield 50. Here's the punt, and it's a beautiful one by Dylan Wickert. And it's going to be Jacobson. Shakes off the first tackler. Now a flag's going to fly. Jacobson gets clotheslined over on the southeast of Saline sideline at about the 25-yard line, but the flags sit back at midfield, straddling the 50.
Yeah, I think you're going to have a Marion Hollab maybe with a bad block right there, and it was unnecessary. I don't think that block needed to happen. Nonetheless, that'll be marked off 10 yards from the 50, so it'll be set up in their own territory once again for their second drive of the game.
Chance to remind you, Southeast of Saline's Booster Club brings you live coverage to showcase exceptional student activities and build that purple power. It is always a great day to be a Trojan. So the penalty, as you called it, Russ, against Southeast of Saline. That'll back up the Trojans from Gypsum wearing their all-white uniforms tonight. White tops, white pants, purple helmets with a Trojan on the side. Hillsboro in those very unique maroon tops, yellow pants, maroon helmet, almost old school John Riggins era Washington Redskins. First down and 10 from the 40 for Southeast. Jacobson had a ball that was knocked up in the air at the line of scrimmage. Tucker Thaxton did his best to go up and get the jump ball, and it's going to fall incomplete for Southeast of Saline, bring up second down and 10.
Yeah, Noah Beavers was able to get up 6'3" over there as a defensive end and got up and got that one knocked in the air. And Tucker, very heads-up play to go try to high point that football, not only to catch it but disrupt it, because that thing was set to be picked off right there. We'll check the Bennington State Bank scoreboard of area games and 2A games we'll be watching throughout this first quarter.
7:05 left to go, still looking for our first points of the game. Second down and 10 for Southeast of Saline from their own 40. Jacobson rolling out to the right, has the football chest high. He's going to throw an interception. It's going to be picked off and taken back the other way. A tackle made quickly.
The Trojan defense with the interception.
Seth Driggers with the interception. Looked like maybe Kendall Minimum with the tackle on the play. And he is going to hold that to what could have been a big return, but Minimum will hold it down at the 44-yard line. But an interception there in the first turnover of the game for Southeast of Saline, who was a +2 last week and got back to even for the season.
So that's almost back to even with out on downs and now a turnover.
Hillsboro taking over here at a very good spot. The Southeast of Saline 44. Pitch out to Gooch, and his sophomore quarterback led him way too far out there, and Gooch had to dive for the football to save it. He's going to lose 5 yards.
Yeah, he led him way too far, tried to get him at the full head of steam there, and Gooch had to lay out for that one. That might have been Weisbeck right there, number 5, that got that swing right there for that loss.
Back to the 49-yard line after a loss of 5. Second down and 15. Hillsboro going heavy on the right. They go back to Gooch, and he is going to run into Brody Chambers and go nowhere. Brody is going to wrestle him down and then help him back up as they go back on the other side of the field. That'll be another loss on the play. They'll go from 49 to 49. It's a loss of 2.
Yeah, and how good has Brody Chambers been this whole year? We really saw him have a monster game on the road at Kingman a few weeks ago.
Third down now and 17. Football sitting on the 49 now on the Hillsboro side of the 50. Since taking over, they have lost 7 yards in 2 plays. Third and long. Trip wide receivers left-hand side. Here's Haslett wanting to pass. He's going to put it up, and it's complete at the 40 to one of his favorite targets. The leading receiver on the year with his 12th reception is Lincoln Weichert.
Yeah, 130 yards on the play, or 130 yards on the year, only 1 touchdown now, his 12th catch to bring up 4th and much more manageable right here. And I think knowing that they were probably going to go for it, it's get a chunk of it back so it's not as bad on 4th down.
Lincoln Wicker, I apologize. That is his first catch of the night. He goes for 12 yards from Zane Haslett. Football setting now, nose of the football at the 39, and head coach Demetrius Cox going to take a timeout. It's our first break. We'll take it as well. 4th down for the Hillsboro Trojans coming up. When we come back, we'll see what 4th down brings for Hillsboro as you listen and watch Southeast of Saline football on KINA.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
You're listening to Trojan Football on KINA Sports.
Devin Haney, Russ Kossel back in the Equity Bank broadcast booth as we bring you Southeast of Saline Trojan Football here on KINA. Also, live stream video, free of charge, presented by the Billings Group, financial advisors. That's on Salina Post Sports on YouTube, or you can go through Salina Post and click the link. 4th down and 5 here for Hillsboro. Football sitting at the 39-yard line. They go heavy on the right. That's where Haslett will roll out, and he's going to throw this football to an open receiver, but he cannot make the play at the 15-yard line. Boy, that might have been a touchdown. Jacobson was in pursuit from his safety spot, but it definitely would have been a first down by 15 yards. Could have been a touchdown as a dropped football there by Hillsboro. Zane Haslett now goes to 2-4 passing on the day.
Yeah, and just unfortunate right there. He strings that one out, keeps the play alive, turns his shoulders from a southpaw quarterback rolling to his right, and throws a really, really good ball over there to a wide receiver that we saw this last week with a couple of Southeast guys just so open that you turn your head and look to score before, nonetheless, turnover on downs.
So each team has a turnover on downs to their credit. Southeast back out on the field. Southeast also has an interception. Here's a Marion Hollub, and he will be tossed ahead for an 11-yard gain. All the way out to the 50-yard line from the 39. Marion Hollub has his longest carry of the night on just his second tote. That one goes for 11 yards to the midfield stripe.
Offensive line opening a hole wide up for Marion Hollub.
2 wide receivers and Evan Watkins a slot back to the left. They're going to fake it to Hollub this time. Jacobson's going to keep it, and he's going to plunge ahead for a gain of 3.
A little heavy on the run game here for Southeast coming into this game, averaging 251.6 yards a game on the ground.
To the 47 goes Southeast of Saline. Picking up the tempo here now, 2nd down and 7 after the 3-yard gain from Jacobson. Play action to Hollub, out to Thaxton on the edge. Tucker puts his head down, searching for the sticks. He's going to be very, very close on a gain of 6. It will bring up 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, and if you're going to give him that much space, and it looked like Gannon may have changed the play right there at the line of scrimmage, doing a good job of recognizing what the defense is giving him.
3 catches already for Tucker Thaxton. Play action again to Hollub. It's going to be a play action run with Jacobson keeping it. He'll put his head down, cross the 40, get to the 39, and move the chains once again for Southeast of Saline on a gain of 2.
44 carries, 419 yards coming into this game for Gannon Jacobson. Look for that number to go up.
He had 200 yards midway through the second quarter last week. Here's Jacobson. Throwing, goes over the head this time of Tucker Thaxton, who was out in the flat. He puts that thing at the numbers. Thaxton might be able to turn it upfield. Nonetheless, an incomplete pass brings up 2nd 10. Already 9 passes thrown by Gannon Jacobson. We still have 4:21 left to go in the opening quarter. Still scoreless. From the 39 in Hillsboro territory, 2nd down and 10. High snap, Jacobson will bring it down from the face mask. Now he's going to run it straight ahead, maybe get a yard. Things tough inside against this Hillsboro defense. Colin Voss, Logan Rogers in the middle. We talked about the ends. Coach Cox loves these defensive ends. It's Nash Dickinson and Noah Beavers.
And Noah Beavers, 2 sacks, 5 tackles for loss, and 6'1" and 6'3" on those defensive ends on the outside.
Nice group of linebackers backing him up as well. 3rd down and 10, another high snap. Jacobson's going to save it. He taps it to himself, but then that throws him off. As he tries to get it, there's a flag in the middle of the field where the linebackers would be standing pre-snap. Thaxton was on a slant that time and was unable to make the catch. Let's see if we can get the call here from the official.
An eligible man downfield, number 53 of the offense. Penalty is declined.
Kendall minimum downfield, but Gannon took a shot right there well after that ball was thrown. Just a two-hand, almost like a 2 jabs right in the middle of his chest and bouncing off. And we've seen him take a very late hit in Kingman 2 weeks ago that affected him a little bit.
Southeast is going to keep the offense on the field here. 4th down and 10. They need to get past the 30 by about a football to move the chains. 4th down and 10, Jacobson back to pass. Over the middle of the field, he's going to throw another interception. Again, it's going to be Seth Driggers who's going to intercept this football at the 25. He's tackled by Thaxton. Driggers has 2 pass completions that he's taken from Jacobson, but he's the one that dropped the first down pass down the right-hand side.
And this game is almost like a carbon copy of the way this game started a year ago when Southeast was down here. You know, we talked about it, and Mitch said it. I said it as well. In the keys to the game is you gotta win the turnover battle. And so far, you've had the ball 3 times, turned it over on downs, and 2 interceptions.
Triggers has 4 interceptions now on the season, 2 coming into this game, 2 in this game.
Number 32, running back.
Josiah Gooch will take it on first down. He will go straight ahead for 3 yards.
Picks up about 3 yards.
Yeah, Gooch, 442 yards and 5 touchdowns coming into this year. The leading rusher by far in the backfield with Zane Haslett at quarterback.
Hillsboro at the 30. 3:08 left to go here in the first period. High snap. Haslett will bring it down, but he is having trouble getting out of the grasp of Brody Chambers. A flag comes in from the lead official that was camped out in the offensive backfield.
It's in the area of possible holding right there, and look for maybe Coach Mitch to decline that. We'll get the call right here.
Holding, 32 of the offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Still 2nd down.
So they will accept the penalty. They will drive Hillsboro back here to the 21-yard line. So again, after an interception, Hillsboro having trouble moving the football on this Southeast of Saline defense. They took over in Southeast of Saline territory last time after the first Jacobson interception, then ended up on the other side of the 50. They also have the reverse lights on here after taking it away from the Southeast offense again. All the way back to the 21. 2nd down. Haslett rolling out to the left. It's going to be hit as he throws, and this ball flutters out of bounds. As coming in for the tackle or the hit right at the nick of time was Killian Vaughn. He's got that big cast on his left hand. Looks like a big old purple ball. And he was in there to wreak havoc that time on Haslett at the quarterback spot.
And you don't think that young man is fired up to get back, you know, his senior season. He's had to miss the last few games. Excuse me, junior season.
Yeah, come on, bud.
Sorry, they're all juniors pretty much right now at this point. But fired up coming through the line. They got much better pressure right there as they went to Haslett's strong side, his left side, and gave him plenty of time, closing down the gap and bringing up 3rd and long.
For a lot of people, a cast could be a debilitator, but for a linebacker, it's a badge of courage, right? I mean, throw the cast on there, let's play. Now another pre-snap penalty.
Delay a game, number 12 of the offense. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
So you get the delay a game there, another 5 yards back. It'll go back to the 16-yard line.
3rd down.
And you're getting to this point now where Hillsboro that do you have a 23-yard play in your bag when your quarterback hasn't really had time to throw? If you're Southeast, you kind of got to sit back, keep it in front of you. Don't let anybody get behind you like we saw on that 4th down drop on the last drive.
Pistol formation, 3rd and 23 for Hillsboro. Haslett wants to let it fly, overthrows his intended receiver, and good coverage that time on the play. Malachi Hopkins from his corner spot. He got some help over the top from Gannon Jacobson. 2 of 6 throwing the football for sophomore quarterback Zane Haslett.
Some area games we'll be watching on the Bennington State Bank scoreboard. Bennington at Sacred Heart, Beloit at Minneapolis. Those games you can check out on the Salina Post Sports website as well, and we'll follow up after this punt.
So now it's Thaxton and Hopkins back to receive the punt. As they switch that up, it's a low line drive kick, goes over Hopkins' head and takes a big Hillsboro roll. It bounced at the 45. It's going to end up being downed by Hillsboro at the 33-yard line. So even after 2 interceptions for Southeast of Saline's offense, they are not hurt here. They get it back for yet another possession. This will be their 4th possession already, and they will take over here at the 32-yard line.
The longer you keep teams in the game thinking they have a chance, turning the ball over, more confidence at the other team game when you're, as Southeast, is used to driving the ball down the field over and over and putting points on the board.
From the 32, first down and 10. Pistol formation, they put it in the belly of Holub, and Amarion will put his head down and go ahead for 1 yard. Third carry of the night for Amarion Holub.
Holub, the ball carrier.
And I think right now, Devin, this defensive line for Hillsboro is very impressive. We saw one play where it's been broke up the middle for 11 yards. Everything else has been clogged up.
From the 33, second down and 9. Jacobson, play action, throws it out in the flat to Bryson Lippold, and Lippold is tackled or at least hit immediately, and he ends up getting ahead to get back to the line of scrimmage. The official on that side blew the play dead way early. And he cost Southeast of Saline 2 yards, but what if Lippold would have broke that tackle?
Yeah, why? I'm not quite sure that the forward momentum was never stopped. Lippold was still going forward, still carrying the defenders, so not quite sure there why the far side line judge blew that play dead. Nonetheless, 3rd and 11 here for Southeast deep.
Completion for no yards that time for Southeast. Jacobson on the play action. He's being pressured, and that ball's going to be slapped straight up in the air from one of the defensive linemen here for Hillsboro as he was able to come in and knock it down. It was Angel Rivers, the 5'11 senior from his defensive line spot.
Yeah, he did a great job of getting his hands up in the air right there and knocking that pass down. Not sure how far it would have went anyway. Coverage was pretty good, but Angel doing a good job of knocking that one down.
4th down and 11 now. Southeast puts their punt unit on the field. Evan Watkins back deep to receive the snap. Right in the chest. Watkins will drop it, kick it. Low line drive kick, bounces at the 35. Now we'll take a Southeast of Saline bounce. Tyler Bramblett down there to escort it down to about the 27-yard line. So about 6 yards of field position picked up there. If you want to do that math and play that game. The 27-yard line now. Hillsboro will have it back in their own territory as we approach the end of the first quarter. 1:22 left to play here in the opening scoreless quarter.
The rest of the area games we'll keep an eye on. El Saline at Little River in 8-man Division II will be a very good game. Goddard at Salina South. Salina Central at Andover Central. Wamego at Chapman. Augusta at Abilene. And in district, Ellsworth at Halstead.
From the 26, Hillsboro with an I formation this time. They'll run it to Gooch, who comes through the middle. He's going to be tackled by Killian Vaughn and taken down to the 30 after a gain of 4. Good to see Killian back in there after missing 2 games. He was hurt in the game at Kansas Wesleyan against Beloit, so he did not play at Kingman and did not play at home last week against Lions. He's out there now with that big purple cast. From the 30. 2nd down and 6 for Hillsboro. Tight formation once again, I formation for the backs. They're going to give it to Weisbeck, the first one through, and he will get no gain on the play. Swallowed up that time by Ian Nicholson, the first one to arrive for Southeast. Brody Chambers lending a hand.
And if you're Southeast and they want to line up in that power I and try to run it in the A-gaps right up the middle, I mean, they're almost playing right into where your best defense is at, is right there within the line of scrimmage on the ball with Brody Chambers, Weller, and Deacon right there up at nose tackle.
Hillsboro's going to have to run one more play here in the first quarter. About 2-second gap between game and play clock. Here's a pass out to the left-hand side. It's going to be caught by Wickert, and he's going to step out of bounds at the 40-yard line. It'll be a first down for Hillsboro.
Yeah, Malachi Hopkins there in coverage. Just about a yard or two deep right there. Did a good job of keeping it in front of him. They did pick up the first down. Clock stops, ball out of bounds, so they'll have to run another play here in the first quarter.
Lincoln Wickert, his second catch of the night so far. 13.7 left here in the opening period. Again, tight formation. Got a couple of tight ends in there, one wide receiver, backs in the eye. Procedure penalty here against Hillsboro, it appears.
False start, number 56 of the offense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
So that'll back him up to the 35-yard line.
5-yard mark off.
Sutton Ridger with the false start right there.
First down and 15
But once again, Hillsboro going backwards once again on first down.
Yeah, they have been behind the chain, so to speak, all night so far. Again, backs in the I formation, tight. One wide receiver split to the short side on the left. Here's Haslett giving it to Gooch. He's going to try the right-hand side, and he will plunge ahead for maybe 2 yards, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. An interesting one so far here on the campus of Tabor College, as we are scoreless at the end of one. Southeast of Saline and Hillsboro. You're listening on KINA and watching live stream video of this game on SalinaPost.com, brought to you by Billings Group Financial Advisors.
Suit up for your next Southeast of Saline game day with Trojan gear from Copyco. T-shirts, hoodies, hats, and more available off the rack or customized. At Copyco, they offer all the printing and custom apparel you need at the prices and fast turnaround you've come to expect over the last 30 years as your local hometown print shop. Whether you're a die-hard Trojan fan, a coach planning the next big event, or a business looking to sponsor the team, they've got everything you need to show your Southeast of Saline spirit. Copyco, more than just a copy center, a proud sponsor of Southeast of Saline.
At Maury Clinic Sports Medicine, we are available when you need us most. I'm Dr. Andrew Westbrook, and I am the sports medicine physician at Maury Clinic. I see patients of all ages and help them come back stronger than ever. From broken bones to joint pain, my team and I are committed to help you do more. For those with sports injuries, come see us at our sports medicine walk-in clinic Monday and Thursday mornings from 8 to 9 a.m. Prevent, recover, and strengthen so you can perform your best. Maury Clinic Sports Medicine. Make your move with confidence.
You are listening to Southeast Trojan Football on KINA Sports.
Don't forget about the Gypsum Fall Festival coming up on Saturday, October 19th. For a complete list of times and events, check out the Facebook page, Gypsum Valley Booster Club. We will talk to Gelati at halftime about the Fall Festival coming up in Gypsum here tonight's game. Second down and long. Hillsboro trying to pass. Haslett in a minefield, and he's going to go down. Killian Vaughn again in there, along with Bryson Lippold for Southeast of Saline. A couple of linebackers going to work for the quarterback sack that ends up back at the 33-yard line. Loss of 4.
Yeah, Killian came in untouched right there at the end, and that's a testament really to the front three up front, kind of taking all 5, really 6, 7 Hillsboro Trojans right there. They only had one wide receiver split out from the hashes. Everybody else inside the tight ends. Not sure how many times you want to do that if you're Hillsboro.
Third down and 16. Back at the 33-yard line. Haslett rolling out to the right. Remember, he's a lefty. He has to square up and throw. He's going to Weisbeck. That's going to get back past the original line of scrimmage by about a yard. It's going to be a gain of 7 on the rollout to the right by the Southpaw quarterback. 7-yard gain, Anders Weisbeck.
Yeah, and Evan Jones might have just saved his quarterback right there at that left guard position. He kind of came around and chipped off a good block on one of the defensive linemen for Southeast. I couldn't tell who it was, but had a dead beat on the quarterback.
Hopkins, Thaxton, half of your 4x1 back deep right now for Southeast of Saline. Here's the punt. It's going to hang up in the air and fall short of both of them. It's also angling to the left. It's going to bounce towards Thaxton, but he gets away and lets the ball come to rest at the 21-yard line. So Southeast of Saline will have another opportunity at it here as they will take over in what is their worst field position of the evening, starting out at their own 21-yard line.
Devin, what do you see from the offense right now? I don't see really any sort of chemistry. Nothing's really clicking together. We saw the one rush up the middle, one completed pass for a first down. Other than that, it's not really nothing flowing right now for this offense.
I don't know if it's a chemistry, it's a rhythm, right?
Yeah.
They haven't established that rhythm that Coach Mitch Gibart talks about so much. Here's the play action sweep. They go fake one way, Jacobson the other way, and he's going to get stumbling out of bounds after a gain of about 4.
I mean, that first drive, you drive it all the way down the field, you get in the Can-Equip red zone, and you're unable to convert on 4th down, and then the rest of your drives are stopped short by interceptions with not sure if it's misran routes or a misread by the quarterback. Nonetheless, you got to find yourself a little rhythm here to start this second quarter.
Say Gannon stepped out of bounds after a 3-yard gain. He bobbles the snap this time, still completes the out to the 30 to Thaxton, who's tattooed right after the catch, but he still catches it at the 30-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, what a great open field tackle by Jayton Lowen right there. He small out there, 5'5", 140 pounds, but he flies around all over on the field, and seen him make a few plays now tonight, and really he's been that guy that's kind of followed Tucker around everywhere on the field.
I can see why Demetrius Cox loves this guy. I also want to ask Coach Cox, though, why they started him out at linebacker when he's 5'5".
I think you're going to get an offsides here and a free first down. Good discipline right there by Southeast. But he had a lot of good things to say about this young man. And as hard as he's hitting and tackling, maybe that's why they put him in, at that linebacker spot. But obviously they're putting him on Southeast's fastest receiver to stay up with him.
Well, and in defense, too, he could have been a JV linebacker, but all of a sudden he's a varsity corner.
Yeah, things change from year to year. We see that with Deacon Bear throughout the years.
First down and 10 after the penalty here. Southeast of Saline rolling out right. Jacobson, he's going to throw it. Canyon Douglas across midfield. Canyon going to be dropped down at the 46-yard line. Big play for Southeast of Saline. Jacobson to Douglas of 20 yards.
What I saw different on that play from previous plays with 3 wideouts over there is the other 2 receivers kind of were in their routes, and Canyon just kind of found that soft spot in that zone coverage and just kind of sat down a little bit. He kept moving slightly, but really sitting down and allowing Gannon to find him in that open hole.
Second catch of the night for Canyon Douglas. First down Southeast of Saline at the 45. Here's Douglas now on the run. There is a flag down as Douglas gets in the crease, and he's going to go down near the 30-yard line, but a flag back in the backfield here from the near side official on the Hillsboro sideline.
Yeah, and I wonder if that's going to be in the illegal formation side of things or illegal shift, something of that nature, because that came out right at the snap.
We'll check the penalty here.
Illegal formation, too many in the backfield. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
So that'll back Southeast of Saline up here, back to the midfield stripe. Chance to remind you, Southeast of Saline Sports brought to you by the SES Education Foundation. Also, Kelly Kitchener, Shelter Insurance. You want to go and get a free quote from Kelly? Just because he has the nicest office I've ever seen.
Yes.
His office is immaculate. We're talking like glass walls. And also his sports memorabilia collection, top notch.
Yeah, I'm going to have to come in there with you again and just take a peek and talk to Kelly.
Hey, there's always new stuff.
Always.
Always new stuff. I love it. Southeast of Saline here, back in midfield at the 50. First down and 15 after the penalty. Still working our way through a scoreless first half. Here's Jacobson. Barreling ahead, he's going to get the penalty yardage back, plus 2 more on a gain of 7. 9th carry of the night for Gannon Jacobson, 36 yards.
Yeah, all the yards have been well earned tonight by everybody from SES who is carrying the football.
That was Gannon's longest carry other than his first one of the night that went for 8. Here's Jacobson now rolling out to the left-hand side, surveying downfield. Can't find anything. He's going to put this one out of bounds and live to fight another day, throwing it away.
And I think he had plenty of time right there. Offensive line really slid down. And you're asking your offensive line to do a lot. When a quarterback is rolling out of the pocket and holding the ball that long and the offensive lineman can't go find anybody, you got to stay within that 1-yard realm. And you would have liked to see him, obviously wanted Tucker Thaxton, but that backside corner fell down, and Malachi Hopkins was wide open in the middle of the field.
And again, you're in that area for Southeast of Saline, probably looking at 2 downs to pick up 8 yards here. It's 3rd down and 8. You have the football sitting inside the 45 at the 43. Maybe 2 downs here if you want to stay consistent and kind of follow your behaviors. 5 wide receivers. Jacobson over the middle. That one might have been for Douglas, but it's Tucker Thaxton that plucks it out of the air right in the center of the field, and Tucker comes down at the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 18.
Tucker leaving no doubt right there on where that ball was going to end up. I'm going to go get it. I'm going to high point it, snatch it out of the air. There was Canyon was in the area, but there was also 2 Hillsboro Trojans in the area closer to Canyon. So a good job by Tucker to go up and high point that football and bring it down.
That's why he's a receiver at the next level, Russ. No doubt in my mind.
Yes.
Here's a pitch out right. Amarion Holub shakes off one tackler. He has a seam looking for the end zone. He's going to be ran out of bounds just short of the pylon at the 2-yard line. A 23-yard carry for Amarion Holub off the right-hand side.
And there's that guy again we just talked about. Not only is he a receiver at the next level, high pointing the football, he can block as well. He sprung that open. That was going to be a 7-yard gain. He decleated the cornerback on the far side over there and allowed Amarion to plant that right foot in the ground and get up for a first down in the Can-Equip red zone.
Nose of the football at the 2, first down and goal. They're going to turn, give it to Holub. He's going to carry a Hillsboro player into the end zone. Touchdown, Southeast of Saline, with 8:07 left to play here in the second quarter.
And there's that rhythm. You finally saw the rhythm on their 5th drive of the game right there. You get that rhythm. You drive down the field. You have the one penalty that brings it back. Gannon gets that back in one play. But a good job right there. Tucker Thaxton really kind of leading that drive with that high point catch and then that kick out key block on the play before the touchdown for Amarion Holub. And why not feed the guy who got you down there?
They will go for a traditional formation here and a 2-point conversion after the play. Jacobson sets it up, fakes to Holub. Now he's going to turn, give it to Thaxton. Tucker finds the seam out behind Deacon Bear, and he's going to cash it in. 8:07 left to play here in the second quarter. Southeast of Saline draws the first points. They break a scoreless tie and go up 8-0 here on KINA.
Mary Maids in Salina offers house cleaning services you can see and feel. Your home is more than just a house. It's where memories are made and moments are cherished. Though life can be complicated, house cleaning shouldn't be. Mary Maids strives to take the stress out of your day so you can live your life your way. With more than 40 years experience and an advanced time-tested cleaning process, they can help you reclaim time with your loved ones. Find Mary Maids on Facebook or check out their website at marymaids.com.
You're listening to Trojan Football on KINA Sports.
Back here in the Equity Bank broadcast booth, Devin Haney, Russ Kossel, Trey Tolley bringing live stream video on SalinaPost.com. If listening to us just isn't good enough, you can get the video.
You got to get the video. We bring the best product. Trey does a great job over there. And thumbs up from Trey.
He's our rescue project.
That's right.
We won't go into why. 8:07 left to go here. Southeast of Saline with the first score. It did not come easy, though. It was an 8-play drive that ended up in an Amarion Holub 23-yard run, and then he capped it with a 2-yard run, Now a couple of broken tackles on the return. Malachi Hopkins trying to save the day. He slows down the receiver just enough that he can get some help to come in and make the tackle.
Kickoff return.
Looks like maybe Kendall Miniman coming in there. Can't see over there on that far side, but boy, going down the left-hand sideline is Seth Driggers making a big play and giving his Hillsboro Trojans good field position at the Southeast 48.
And he caught that on a dead sprint, and that is very hard to do, waiting on that ball to come down and you're at a dead sprint. He kind of bounced off a tackler and just spun back to the far side and was able to pick up big yards on the kickoff.
First down for Hillsboro. Let's see how the homestanding Trojans react. There is a fumble on the field. It could be a turnover. Southeast of Saline. Brody Chambers came in, hit Josiah Gooch, stripped the football away, and then it's recovered by Canyon Douglas.
And if you're going to run a counter trap play back to the middle and Brody Chambers is a guy you're going to read and leave him unblocked, good luck to you is all I'm going to say. But they read that play extremely well. It was a fake sweep, a little trap play back inside, and Brody Chambers springs free and just lays a monster hit on Gooch and lays the ball loose, and Southeast Saline picks it up.
I believe that was Douglas with the recovery.
Yes.
So Southeast gets it back here, and now they're going to get a free 5 yards as Hillsboro comes across. Hillsboro pointing it at Southeast of Saline, but the official's not agreeing with that. So now move the football down to the 41.
And this is where we've seen teams, in the past against Southeast. They kind of drive down the field, they put it in the end zone, and now it's like, panic mode. It's only a one-score game, but it's almost like a panic mode.
First down and 5. Southeast has it at the Hillsboro 41-yard line. Fake the pitch out. No, they do the pitch out. It's Holub again off the right-hand side. I think Southeast of Saline here, Russ, has found something in the running game with Amarion Holub on that right-hand side.
Yeah, and that's exactly where that big play went on the last drive, where it was sprung out by Thaxton and that offensive line. But you're exactly right. They have failed on the left-hand side for whatever reason, but now getting Amarion out in space, and he's able to clear it open.
Here's an end-around play. It goes to Holub again, but he is going to be stuck right at the line of scrimmage. Tried to get away. He saved a yard, but nothing more than that.
as that's his 7th carry, 48 yards. When you look at his last 5 carries, 23, 2, 11, and 1. They found something in the running game here with Amarion.
And that one's going to the house. Kenyon Douglas just barely missed that block on the near side.
Agreed. 2nd down and 9. Here comes Hollop again. They fake it to him. Jacobson standing tall in the pocket. He'll let one rip down the middle of the seam, but just out of the outstretched arms that time of Kenyon Douglas, incomplete. 16th pass attempt by Kenyon Douglas. Excuse me, Gannon Jacobson was throwing to Kenyon Douglas.
3rd down and 9 for South.
3rd down and 9 coming up. 6:56 left to go here. 2nd period. 8-0 Southeast of Saline. If you're just tuning in, this Hillsboro team at 2-3, but those 3 losses came to teams that came into tonight 14-1. This is a decent football team here. Don't be shocked by the score. 3rd down and 9 here. Jacobson and company now looking over to their sideline. 2 wide receivers to the right. They're going to screen it out to Douglas, and he dropped it. Boy, Douglas dropped it there. They had a lineman come in and kind of crash the party. And that might have screened the vision of Douglas trying to get that screen pass. As Russ will make his way down to the Salina Ortho sidelines, he will call the rest of the half down there and then get the attention and the comments of Coach Mitch Gibart as we hit halftime.
It's a long way down there.
Be careful, my friend. 4th down and 9. Big down here for Southeast of Saline. They're at the Hillsboro 29-yard line. Pistol formation, Hollop directly behind Jacobson, who has a hard count. Now they're going to turn and look to the sideline. 10 seconds left on the play clock. Jacobson now will reset. Hollop will come to the left hip. Shotgun snap, back to Gannon. In the seam, Douglas. He has it at the 20, at the 15, 10, 5. Lunging for the end zone. Touchdown, Southeast of Saline. It's a 30-yard touchdown on 4th and 8. Southeast of Saline strikes in the end zone once again. What a play that time to Kenyon Douglas out of the seam, and he's able to get it in from 29 yards away for Kenyon Douglas. That is his 3rd catch of the night, and that is his 1st touchdown.
Yeah, and a great read right there. Wide open in the middle of the field, coverage way back.
Here's the 2-point conversion. Jacobson rolling out, slams on the brakes, back of the end zone. There's Malachi Hopkins for 2. It's another 8-point trip for Southeast of Saline with 6:45 left to play. Southeast of Saline leads it 16-0 here on KINA.
Jacobson is complete to number 2, Malachi Hopkins.
When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Football on KINA.
Kickoff by Malachi Hopkins, returned back to the 34-yard line. Welcome back to the Equity Bank broadcast booth. Southeast of Saline leading it 16-0 after a nifty play of 29 yards with 6:38 left to go here in the 2nd quarter. 2nd touchdown of the day for Southeast. Now their defense back out onto the field. First down and 10, Hillsboro. Pistol formation, straight ahead, the run to Josiah Gooch, and he will take about 5 yards on that play. Nice run, straight up the gut by the big junior running back for Hillsboro.
Deacon Bear doing a pretty good job in the middle on that nose tackle position, just clogging it up. Did not make the tackle, but kind of tripped him up just enough to slow him down for a short gain.
Jacobson to Canyon Douglas was our last touchdown, 29 yards away for Southeast of Saline. Second down and 5 here for Hillsboro. They're going to turn, give it back to Gooch. He'll have a little slide step out to the left. It'll bring him just barely across the 40, give him a gain of 2 yards, his 7th carry of the night.
Man, Killian Vaughn coming up, making that tackle, coming unblocked, filling the hole, and man, that young man is fired up after missing a couple games to start this year.
56, Killian Vaughn with the tackle for the Trojan defense.
Third down and 5. It's called 3rd and 4 for Hillsboro. From their own 40. 3 wide receivers to the left-hand side. Haslett looking right the whole way, and his receiver will drop the football. That one intended for Noah Beavers as he was coming on the slot. Had the DB beat on that side. It was Hopkins. Beavers and Hopkins mismatch in size. Beavers a 6'3", 205. And he had the inside leverage that time on Hopkins, just couldn't complete the play as the football hit the turf. And now punt formation once again here for Hillsboro.
I think if Haslett lets that go right away, he kind of double pumped and then let it go on the third one there, and I think he had him before that.
So Hopkins and Jacobson this time back in punt return formation. Hillsboro's going to fake it. Here's their punter, and he's going to go all the way out at Seth Driggers. He's going to convert this fake all the way across midfield to the 45-yard line. A timely call there by head coach Demetrius Cox, and it goes for 15 yards. Driggers for 15 on the fake.
Yeah, when your punter is that fast, you know, as a wide receiver, those are gambles you can take, and that is a very, very dangerous gamble on their own side of the field. Nonetheless, it worked. First down.
Yeah, we call him a punter, right? But, I mean, he is one of their best defensive backs, one of their best receivers, just happens to punt. Here is Haslett now wanting to pass, has it to a receiver who climbs the ladder and brings it down. Guess who? It's Seth Driggers. Driggers brought down at the 36-yard line after a gain of 8.
Got tallest receiver on the field tonight, and just throw it up, and no chance of dropping that one. High pointed that football and really triple coverage in that drop back zone, but able to pick it up and bring up second down.
Second down and 2 from the 37. Pistol formation, 3 wide outs to the right this time. Haslett looking left. Now he comes back to the right, throws it in the middle of the field, and it looks like it went off of a tip to Driggers and lands up right in the breadbasket that time of another receiver. That was Noah Beavers for Hillsboro.
Yeah, that was off the hands of one of Hillsboro's receivers, kind of tipped it up, and Beavers, right place, right time, catch that for a first down. In the stat sheet, it goes down as a completion.
Yeah, we won't get the asterisk on that one for sure. Hillsboro with a first down, some momentum here at the Southeast 26, and a bad snap. Wouldn't you know it, over the head of the quarterback, he's chasing it. Southeast of Saline still chasing it. It's all the way past midfield and all the way back to the 30-yard line. Southeast of Saline had a chance to scoop and score or just cover up the football. They were going after, trying to scoop it up. 2 Southeast of Saline players along with Zane Haslett, and that football ends up all the way back at the 30-yard line.
That's about right where they were set up when Driggers caught the snap on the fake punt. But now your first down is...
Your second 55, right? Am I doing that math right?
Well, I can't even see the sticks from where I'm standing, so it's got to be way down at the other end of the field.
Second down and Saturday.
It's 55. Second and 55.
Wow.
The PA announcer just said second down and Saturday. Oh, man. Haslett back to pass. He's going to let it go. Why not? Down the right-hand side of the field, it's up for grabs and incomplete. Went over the head of Beavers. He was covered up that time by Bryson Lippold.
Yeah, and now, you know, on third down here, third and Saturday, as he would call it, you just got to play prevent right here, right? They don't have a 55-yard play.
You lost 45 yards on one play.
Leave Gannon at, you know, the 40-yard line, you know, 30 yards away, and don't let anybody behind you.
Just as I said they were getting momentum, man, they had first down at the 26-yard line. First and 10. Hillsboro back to the line of scrimmage here. 3rd and 55. Down the right hash. Ball up. Jacobson comes over, knocks it out of the air. Good secondary defense here by Southeast of Saline. I've done a lot of games in my life, Russ. I don't think I've ever got to say 3rd and 55 or 4th and 55.
Devin, I've done a lot of games with you, not as many as you have, but yeah, I think you're pretty safe to say here, if you want to call a fake punt here, good luck.
You got a ways to run, bud. You're going to have to get to El Dorado to convert this one. 4th down. It goes over the punter's head now. Back into the end zone. Driggers is going to have to pull it out. He actually kicks it. It's going to be a punt that goes to the 20, and Southeast might get a roughing the kicker on this play. Holy cow.
There's no way you can do roughing the kicker right there.
Driggers picked that kick up in the back of the end zone and then was knocked down, and a flag comes in. This punt didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's going to be an automatic first down.
Roughing the kicker.
Oh, my.
15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
The punt went to the 20-yard line. The line of scrimmage was the 30. The snap over the head of the punter once again, and they bail on a roughing the kicker call. So what was 4th and 55, they are now 1st and 10 at the 45.
Yeah, and just great acting job by Driggers right there.
1st and 10 at the 45. Here is Haslett on the keeper. He's into the second level. He has some space, and he's going to have a first down to the 32-yard line. 23 yards on what was really the first rush attempt of the game for Zane Haslett, and I'm surprised we haven't seen the sophomore quarterback carry it more. He has 422 rushing yards on 46 carries coming into tonight.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised we haven't seen that more.
Yeah, you're exactly right. That's what I was just going to touch on before you hit it. He's the leading rusher really on this team with Gooch.
23 yards there. Haslett has it back. Now into the belly of Josiah Gooch. It will knife his way ahead for about 6 yards. What a wild scene of events we just had.
That was a crazy minute and a half. Really 3 plays. We don't even have to go a minute and a half. You get a snap that goes 40 yards over the head. You get an incomplete pass. Then you get a snap over the head of the punter. Somehow results in a roughing the kicker call. But what a great job by Driggers, though, right?
Yep.
Get that ball, and not only don't fall on it, give up 2 points. If you can get rid of it and kick it, kick it. And that's exactly what he did.
Down to the 2-minute mark left here of the second quarter. Wickert goes out. He's a solo receiver on the left-hand side. Backs in the I formation. Haslett trying to sneak it. He has stood straight up and stymied. And now somebody comes out with the football, and there's a flag on the play.
Yeah, you got to either have assisting or holding in the middle of that play call right there, because that flag's right in the middle. And we saw this call last week against Southeast with assisting, and which is pulling a player for positive yards. You can push them, you just can't pull them.
Here's the call.
Ending the runner, number 56 of the offense. 10-yard penalty, still 2.
Sorry, Devin, but the exact same call when they say aiding. You can go from behind, like I was saying in high school football, but you can't get out in front and pull them for positive yards.
So that penalty will set Hillsboro back here to the 37-yard line. 2nd down and 16 for the Trojans, who now have to be clock conscious. They do have 2 timeouts remaining, 1:38 left to go here before halftime. 3 wide receivers to the right. Haslett back to pass. He'll get popped as he throws. He completes it over the center of the field to the 26-yard line. Gain of 11 on that play. Again, it's Noah Beavers, his 3rd catch already.
And Haslett hung on to that ball until the absolute last second. Stood right in the pocket, didn't try to run away, waited for that receiver to come open. And he's not a small guy back there by any means, but just a great job of standing in there and in the pocket and ripping that one down the middle.
He's 6 foot 180. And now we're going to have procedure or a timeout. Timeout by Demetrius Cox. We will take it. 1:01 left to play here in the second quarter. Southeast of Saline leads Hillsboro here on the campus of Tabor College. It's presented by the Billings Financial Advisors.
When crop and weather conditions are just right, you need to bale as much as you can, as fast as you can, all while putting up the highest quality product possible. Case IH round balers have the reputation as the hardest working balers in the business to consistently build dense bales with square shoulders that don't sag. No matter the crop or field condition, bale more with Case IH round balers. With easier maintenance and serviceability, you'll spend more time where it counts. In the field, baling hay. Ready to build a better bale? Contact Can Equip in Solomon.
You're listening to Trojan Football on KINA Sports.
Wild second quarter here on the campus of Tabor College. It's brought to you by the Billings Group Financial Advisors in Salina. No matter the amount of wealth that you have or may not have, contact the Billings Group. They will help you with everything from looking ahead to retirement that might be right around the corner, or even how to manage student loan debt if you're just getting out of college. Billings Group Financial Advisors in Salina, a proud supporter of Southeast of Saline Athletics and the presenter of tonight's game. 1:01 left to go here in the second quarter. 16-0 the score. Southeast of Saline leads Hillsboro. Hillsboro Trojans here with a 3rd down and 4 at the Southeast of Saline 26-yard line. Here's Haslett, back to pass. Wants to go for it all down the right-hand side, and this ball over the top of everybody, and a flag comes down in the end zone.
I think they might have unnecessary roughness with, can't tell what that was, maybe Gannon Jacobson back there taking a shot on the receiver. But I wonder if that's what they're going to get here.
And we will find out momentarily, the same time that you do.
Pass interference. Number 5 of the defense. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Boy, that ball was way over the head.
It was at the bottom of the crossbar.
Yeah, and Gannon wasn't even, he was back in coverage, but really Malachi Hopkins was the guy one-on-one with the receiver there. So, nonetheless, it's a penalty, brings up first down, but you got this bend, don't break. You got 55.7 left. You got to keep Hillsboro out of the end zone.
Down to the 13-yard line after that penalty, put him half the distance to the goal. Inside of a minute left to go. 1 timeout for Hillsboro. 2 wide receivers to the left. Haslett wants to sweep it out to the right-hand side, pitch out. And it's going to be down to about the 12-yard line for Josiah Gooch. He is only going to gain a yard, and the clock continues to run. That's a problem now for Hillsboro, down to 42 seconds. They're scrambling to get back and get set up for a 2nd down and 9.
Tackle made by number 56 for the Trojan defense.
Killian Vaughn in on the tackle. 3 wide receivers to the left. Here's the snap back to Haslett. Under pressure, goes to the back of the end zone. It's nearly picked off by Tucker Thaxton. It will fall incomplete on the 15th attempt by Haslett. But Hillsboro now looking at a 3rd down and 8.
And I wonder if Tucker thought that might have been going over his head, because he just reached up to kind of bat it down, and then all of a sudden he had both hands on the football and kind of changed his mind midair. Nonetheless, he does knock it down, but you really would like to see him try to go up and try to intercept that ball right there. But 3rd down, 26 seconds left. Southeast will get the ball to start the second half.
26 seconds to finish your first half shutout here if you're Southeast of Saline's defense. You lead it by 2 touchdowns. Here's Haslett rolling out left-hand side, being chased by Trojans. Hit as he throws. It's up for grabs. Looks like Hillsboro has it in a jump ball, and they do. Touchdown, Hillsboro.
I think that's Driggers coming down with it again.
Quarterback number 12, Haslett, is complete in the end zone to number 8, Seth.
It is Seth Driggers. Boy, he has made some plays to save his team here in this first half.
And that was a duck up in the air, and there was 3 Trojans in white that were back there around the ball, and that ball was up in the air for a long, long time. So a good job by Driggers to go up and get it.
12-yard touchdown pass with 18.9 seconds left to play.
I don't know if Hillsboro has enough people on the field. That's what the kicker's trying to point out here.
Yeah, they're going to have to burn their last time out here. We will keep it right here. Want to remind you, Southeast of Saline football is brought to you by the Laundry Technicians, along with Stardust Trophies A. Moore, downtown Salina, Bank of Tesket, APAC Shears, along with Isaacson Truck Line, and Hancock Chiropractic. Want to thank all of you for listening and watching on KINA Radio or Salina Post Sports on YouTube. Just go to salinapost.com, click the link, and that will take you right to this game here, which has been a good one so far. We also tonight have Sacred Heart at home against Bennington. That's a good one in the area. And then also an NCAA contest with Beloit visiting Minneapolis.
Got some halftime scores while we got a minute here.
Hit me.
Nemaha Central 12, Sabetha nothing. Wamego 20, Chapman nothing. Lewisburg, number 1 in 4A, just continues to roll over whoever they're playing. Got some into the first quarter scores from a little while ago, but we'll wait till some halftime scores roll in.
We will check that Bennington State Bank scoreboard for you at halftime. We will also talk to Jill Oddie about the Gypsum Fall Festival coming up at halftime. Have numbers from the first half as well. Conversion here, awaiting after Zane Haslett passed to Seth Driggers for 12 yards. First score of the night for Hillsboro. They're going to go for 2. Heavy on the left-hand side. Haslett being chased, and he's going to come back, throw it back to the middle of the field, and it's going to be complete once again. This time to Weisbeck, and 8 points will be put up here by by Hillsboro. 18.9 seconds left, and we will keep it right here to close out the half. Boy, a lot of momentum captured there by Southeast of Saline. It looked like it was going to get even worse when Hillsboro was faced with a 4th and 55, Russ, but things got bailed out, and we go back the other way, and Hillsboro ends up with a score, and now we're back tight once again.
Yeah, and you think about this. You have a 4th and 55. You get a punt that goes barely back to the line of scrimmage on the 4th and 55 to a roughing the passer. This could easily be a 3-score game, and now you're sitting at a 1-score game. Talking to Mitch, Coach Gebhardt all year at the half, really been in a pretty good mood. I'm not really looking forward to this conversation.
It'll be fine.
I'm not worried.
Really, the offensive numbers for Hillsboro not impressive at all. I mean, they barely cleared 100 yards. But that big penalty, boy, that penalty was
deep for Southeast of Saline.
Just monumental.
Douglas, number 22, Thaxton.
Canyon Douglas, Tucker Thaxton back deep. This ball won't even get to them as it's going to be called for a fair catch by Bryson Lippold at the 38-yard line. 19 seconds left, no time off the clock, and Southeast of Saline has all 3 timeouts remaining here. That's interesting.
And I think you just touched on it, and you get the ball to start the second half, so your playbook is wide open. What a play right there by Lippold to call for that fair catch so no time would run off the clock. Great field position here with just under 20 seconds left in the half.
Gannon Jacobson, 2 wide receivers out to the right. Thaxton solo to the left. Jacobson rolling out right. It's a throwback to Amarion Hollab. He has 3 blockers out in front. Hollab to the 40, 45, across midfield at the 50. Hit there. He had to stop and straighten his helmet up, but he's going to make it across midfield to the 48-yard line. It's a gain of 14 on the screenplay. Jacobson to Amarion Hollab.
Southeast going to call their first timeout of the half. What a play call, though. That thing was set up over there. If Amarion could have got out, just outran that one guy, had blockers out in front of him.
That is only his 2nd reception of the season. And he took it to the 47-yard line where it's going to be first down and 10 here for Southeast of Saline. That took about 10 seconds, about 9 seconds, 9.8 left on the clock here. So really a chance here at 2 plays if you're Southeast of Saline, if you're punctual about it, before you go into the locker room here, before the Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories halftime show.
And Hollum kind of ruining his every catch was a touchdown on his second catch there. His first catch was about a 2-yard touchdown in Kingman 2 weeks ago.
Yes, it was. Got the first touchdown of the game there. And started, little did we know then, a avalanche of events that would be in favor of Southeast of Saline. Here, though, things a little different. 16-8 our score, 9.8 seconds left before the intermission. 2 wide receivers to the left, 2 wide receivers to the right. It's Douglas and Thaxton to the left. Jacobson drops back, clean pocket, lets it rip down the middle. It's going to go to Douglas. He has it caught at the 30. He'll make his way to the 24, and another timeout with 2.3 seconds left. Down to the 24-yard line, and Southeast of Saline will call another timeout.
And that's right in front of me. And that probably could have been half the distance to the goal because his head about got spun around right there, missed a face mask.
23 yards. Jacobson to Canyon Douglas.
First and 10 at the Hillsboro 24.
So first down here, but that really doesn't matter. It's time at this point where it's 2.3 seconds left. Can Malachi Hopkins kick? Yes, he can. Can he kick from this distance? I don't know. Will Gibart throw him out there to try it? Probably not.
I'm going to say no.
I think that's all fair, right?
I mean, it is. He's never really had this in his arsenal before.
Nope. And the wind, although we feel it at the top of the press box here.
Next to nothing down here.
Blowing a little bit, yeah, but field level, it is not. We're kind of down in a little bit of a valley here. The Athletics Center for Tabor College to the north end. There may be a little bit of breeze, as I said, pregame conditions, about 5 miles an hour, blowing at the back of southeast of Saline. But that's not going to matter because the offense is on the field. One play from the 24-yard line. Remember, the half or the quarter cannot end on a defensive penalty. Jacobson back to pass. Douglas and Thaxton to the left. He's going to be flushed from the pocket, still plenty of time. He'll set up now. He'll chuck it to the end zone. Back of the end zone. It's going to be knocked down by the Hillsboro Trojan defense. Good standing there by Hillsboro. That will bring us to halftime with a 16-8 score. And what a wild sequence of events here in the second quarter that bailed Hillsboro from having a 4th and 55 to down the field scoring a touchdown. As we await comments on the field from Mitch Gibart, Russ, take it away.
Coach, a slow start in the first quarter. Kind of got some momentum going in the second, and then an unfortunate roughing the kicker that gave them and ended up scoring a touchdown.
Yeah, it's more than just roughing the kicker. We're not very smooth at all right now, and we need to get some things straightened out.
Defense really playing well, holding Hillsboro under yardage, but just the offense got to, you said it, the rhythm hasn't been there in the first half.
No, we're awful herky-jerky on offense. We should, that opening drive we take down there, and we don't get a score on it, and then we're not smooth at all this first half.
All right, Coach, good luck second half.
Thank you.
Kind of what we alluded to, just maybe a lack of rhythm there, and we'll see if they can get it worked out in the locker room here at halftime. The Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories halftime report is here. When we come back, we'll go over scores on the Bennington State Bank scoreboard. We will also go over stats from the first half. We'll talk a little bit also about the Gypsum Fall Festival. It's all coming up when we come back. Southeast of Saline leads it at the break 16-8 right here on KINA.
Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knopf Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knopf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
For 40 years, Phillips Seed has delivered top-quality certified seeds. With wheat drilling season approaching, now's the time to reach out to Phillips Seed Farms for the latest variety options and tailored seed treatments. It's also the perfect opportunity to plan your corn hybrids and soybean varieties for the 2025 planting season. Visit PhillipsSeed.com, follow us on Facebook and X, or connect with a local seed dealer near you. Phillips Seed, serving, innovating, growing since 1985.
Running out of time for laundry? Let Laundry Technicians of Salina help you. Our premier wash and fold service offers convenient same-day or 24-hour turnaround options. Simply drop off your laundry and pick it up fresh and folded, giving you more time for what really matters. Whether you're back from a trip, swamped at work, or caught off guard by an unexpected event, we've got your laundry covered. Visit Stella at Laundry Technicians in Craft Manor today and experience how we simplify your life one load at a time.
This year, we considered hiring an ad agency to help with our marketing.
They pitched impressive visuals and a script that was inspiring.
And exotic animal mascots to help grab your attention.
In the end, we just decided to tell it to you straight. Shelter Insurance has award-winning customer service at affordable rates.
Plus, our local agents are there to help you understand what coverage you need.
Hey, Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
At Maury Clinic Sports Medicine, we are available when you need us most. I'm Dr. Andrew Westbrook, and I am the sports medicine physician at Maury Clinic. I see patients of all ages and help them come back stronger than ever. From broken bones to joint pain, my team and I are committed to help you do more. For those with sports injuries, come see us at our sports medicine walk-in clinic Monday and Thursday mornings from 8 to 9 a.m. Prevent, recover, and strengthen so you can perform your best. Maury Clinic Sports Medicine. Make your move with confidence.
The Southeast of Saline School District has a long-standing reputation for excellence. This excellence in public education has been a source of great pride and one of the factors contributing to the quality of life in our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation works in partnership with the USD 306 School District and the community that it serves to maximize student potential, thereby creating a lasting legacy, not only for our children, but for our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation salutes the Trojan Sports Program.
This is the Trojan Halftime Report. Coming up, a first half recap, stats, interviews, and a look at other area games. Let's head back to the stadium for Trojan Halftime on KINA.
Back here at halftime in the Equity Bank broadcast booth, it is 16-8 our score here on the campus of Tabor College. Beautiful night for football, and Southeast of Saline and Hillsboro High having their battle here. It's an 8-point game at the break. We were scoreless at the end of the first quarter. Now Southeast with an 8-point lead. Let's go over numbers for you from the first half. These numbers brought to you by the Bank of Tesket. Let's first hit Southeast of Saline's offensive numbers. For the Trojans, Gannon Jacobson throwing the football in the first half. 10 out of 20. He had 1 touchdown against 2 interceptions. His main target so far in this game, as far as catches, is Tucker Thaxton. 5 catches, 52 yards. Cannon Douglas has 4 catches for 84 yards and a touchdown. Amarian Hollab had a catch for 14 yards. For Southeast of Saline in the rushing game, it is Hollab leading the way. 7 carries, 48 yards, and a touchdown of 2 yards. Gannon Jacobson, 9 carries, 36 yards. Canyon Douglas had a carry for no gain. For the Hillsboro Trojans, 8 of 16 passing for sophomore quarterback Zane Haslett. 1 touchdown, no interceptions. His leading targets so far, he's been spreading it out, and really 3 guys with all about the same numbers. Noah Beavers, 3 catches, 25 yards. He was he was not the one that caught the touchdown. That was Seth Driggers, 2 catches, 23 yards, and a tutty for him. Lincoln Wickert, 2 catches, 21 yards. Anders Weisbeck, a catch for 7 yards. Final numbers for you from the first half. Rushing, Hillsboro with 58. Southeast of Saline with 83. Hillsboro, 63 yards passing. Southeast of Saline with 150. Total offense at the half. Hillsboro with 76 yards. Southeast of Saline with 233. Remember, Hillsboro had that big penalty that bailed them out of a 4th and 55. Not only bailed them out of a 4th and 55, but also bailed them out of a spot where Southeast probably would have got the ball off that punt at the 20-yard line. Instead, Hillsboro keeps the ball, and that led to their first score of the night. Our guest in the Equity Bank broadcast booth here at halftime is Jill Oddie, one of my favorite humans. How are you?
Good. How are you?
We are going to talk about the Gypsum Fall Festival. It's coming up next Saturday, so people have a week to plan. Get it on your planner, and this is an exciting event. Downtown Gypsum, of course, Gypsum comes alive. There's all kinds of activities. You're going to tell us about some of those activities. What's going on next Saturday?
Yeah, so we're starting off with FCCLA with a fun run, but they maybe call it a turkey trot, something like that.
Nobody likes to run, so yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, so that, and then we've got blow-up houses for the kids, corn pile game, and we're going to have a motorcycle show instead of a car show.
Okay.
And then arm wrestling contest, which registration starts at 9, I believe, at the information booth. And then we're having a cash grab machine where, like, the money's flying, and you have, like, 10 seconds to get as much money as you can.
That's probably a lot of fun. I've seen those. There's a strategy to that. I think the fan is in front, and if you put your hands at the bottom of that, you get the most of the cash. Hope I'm not giving anything away there. But
yeah, no, because if you put your hands down, you're going to be disqualified. So do not take Devin's advice. Yeah, good idea.
That's probably good on all fronts. Don't take my advice. So this is going to be next Saturday. It's kind of a reimagined fall festival. There's been, a car show and things like that going on in the past. This one kind of took a different turn this year, though. There's a lot of cool things and new things going on.
Yeah, definitely. We divided up into committees, so no one felt too overwhelmed, had too much going on, and I feel like it's just going to make more to do for all the people. We're putting all of our vendors out on Maple Street, which is the highway. That way we just keep that flow going back and forth. And we're going to have a couple food trucks, a taco truck and a Chinese food truck, along with Exit 14 will be open. And, of course, our local churches will serve breakfast, lunch, fish fry for the trap team, and a free barbecue at 5.
So it is an all-day event. You can come out, you can eat multiple meals, you can just hang out all day and just have a great time.
Yeah, and the Whiskey Wagon, I believe they start serving at 7. And then the dance, and we're having an adult costume contest sponsored by Exit 14 during the dance, and the prizes are at 10. And so the kids' costume contest is like at 7 in the auditorium, so everyone gets to dress up this year and win something.
How exciting is it right now? I'm going to go off the path a little bit here, but just all the things going on. And I don't know tomorrow for the Booster Bash if there's any spots remaining. I know last week when we talked to Tammy, we were down to maybe one table left. I don't know if there's still a chance for people to get in on tomorrow night, but you have that going on. We have the Gypsum Fall Festival coming up. There's a lot of exciting things going on campus of Southeast of Saline. Things are busy right now, but it's good.
Yeah. I tell people maybe it keeps me young. I don't know if that's true, but yeah, the Booster Bash, we close, I think Holly Hartman would have closed that Tuesday or Wednesday morning, just because, we were full. And I mean, we started Wednesday night decorating, and those poor girls that are in charge of the tables, I mean, it took a while to figure out where are we going to put all these people.
Yeah. So if you are going to the Booster Bash tomorrow, doors open at 5:30.
Yes.
I think there are some special guests that get to get in a little bit early, about 5:15, if I see that right. But, boy, what a great night of activities that's going to be tomorrow night. So 2 great weekends that revolve around Southeast of Saline and downtown Gypsum that we have coming up.
Yeah, no, it's super exciting. Yeah, we'll be there. I keep telling everyone, bring all your money or your credit card, whichever's better for tomorrow, because we've got like 100 silent auction items, and they're pretty good.
And if I have a voice left, I will be there talking as well.
Yes, me too, right? I know my voice is going just with the first half. So
another exciting football game here. Of course, we'll have on next Friday before the Gypsum Fall Festival that's coming up downtown Gypsum Saturday, October 19th. Jill, for everybody to get a full list of events, it's on Facebook, Gypsum Valley Booster Club. That's the best spot, correct?
Yes, that is.
Okay, thanks for joining us.
Thank you,
Go
guys.
Trojans.
Yeah, go Trojans.
16-8 here at halftime. Southeast of Saline with an 8-point lead. When we come back, we'll have a check of the Benton State Bank scoreboard after this 2-minute timeout. It's the Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories halftime report.
At Commercial Tire Centers to look over your vehicle. Summer was tough on your tires, and winter's coming on strong. You don't want to be left stranded with tires that aren't performing. Car, truck, SUV, trailers, farm, and big rigs. Commercial Tire will help you keep safe and productive. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th in Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
1, 2, 3, 5. It is third down and 8 for the Trojans. They really need to make the right call here.
During the football game, it's crucial to make the right call. And in real estate, one call can bring a positive outcome from your real estate experience. Whether you're looking for rural property, upsizing to make room for the family, downsizing, or acquiring investment property, call Winnell Garrettson at Salina Homes.
What a call! Touchdown, Trojans!
Buy or sell, call Winnell.
You're telling me your driver turns you on remotely?
It feels so good. One gentle touch of a handy remote or mobile app and my motor's running. And don't fret, my little pickup pal. New Image Audio installs these inside trucks too.
Oh, yeah.
You'll want it when the winter chill hits. A remote start from New Image Audio for cars, trucks, even diesels. All systems remote and cell phone capable. Nationwide coverage. Get yours at New Image Audio on South Broadway.
In Salina.
Whether on the field, court, or operating room, experience matters. A coach loves an experienced team just like a patient values an experienced doctor. Salina Ortho has ABOS board-certified physicians with over 50 years of combined service. If you need help staying active, or maybe you just want to discuss the newest techniques and services that Salina Ortho provides, or you want to see one of their trusted physicians, visit salinaortho.com. Come see Salina Ortho, your voice, your choice, past, present, and future.
You are listening to Southeast Trojan Football on KINA Sports.
Back here at halftime on the Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories halftime report. It is tailgate season. When you go tailgating, a bed cover makes all the difference in the world, especially a durable, lockable bed cover that you can get at Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. They can accessorize your SUV, your truck, no matter what it may be. Always check with them first and get your accessories at Knopf. Russ, scores on the Bennington State Bank scoreboard.
We got a couple to go over. Area scores. In Abilene tonight, Augusta coming in winless is up on Abilene 20-7 at the half. Rock Creek 14, Marysville 0. Interesting score there. Council Grove in Class 2A up big on Central Heights 50-0. Osage City getting a lot of attention in Class 2A, down 16-7 to St. Mary's at the half. Also in Class 2A, state runner-up last year in 2A, Hoisington only up by 3 on a Lakin team. Hoisington got a lot of their injured players back tonight. District game that will involve Southeast Saline, both these teams, the next 2 weeks. Halstead and Ellsworth playing. Maybe a little bit of a surprise. Halstead 21, Ellsworth 13 at the half. Wamego 20, Chapman 0 at the half. That appears to be all the area games that I have right now. Nemaha Central up 12-0 on Sabetha at the half in Class 2A as well.
Nemaha Central is an interesting team. They've played a tough early on schedule. They even played a 4A team early on this year, and they're the defending champs, and I always say you're the champs till you're not. And they just kind of seem like they're getting some traction now. The feet are getting underneath them. But I think they are definitely one of maybe 5 teams in the East. When you look at East, I think Osage City is there, Council Grove is there. You also have Riley County. You also have Silver Lake. Who am I missing? There's a lot in the East. And when you look at the West, I'm not sure. I think maybe Haven is still there. I don't know about Ellsworth yet. I think they still have to show us something. Southeast of Saline, definitely there. Norton there. The East, I think, definitely weighs more than the West when it comes to good teams. But the way the bracket is set up, all those teams in the East are going to cannibalize each other until one comes out. One's going to come out of the West, too. So postseason is going to be very interesting.
And you talked about it. Nemaha Central, the champions are the champions until somebody dethrones them. And they may have the best running quarterback possibly in the state right now at Carter Hijack. Young man that's just a junior, has started since his freshman year and has led this team to back-to-back state titles, running for well over 800 plus, 900 plus yards in the last 2 years each season.
Yep, be interesting to see how this all plays out. That's why we do it, right? As Hillsboro comes out, they have some renewed energy. We will take one more break. We'll be back with third quarter action. That'll do it for the Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories Halftime Report. Back after a 60-second timeout with more Trojan football here on KINA.
Mary Maids in Salina offers house cleaning services you can see and feel. Your home is more than just a house. It's where memories are made and moments are cherished. Though life can be complicated, house cleaning shouldn't be. Mary Maids strives to take the stress out of your day so you can live your life your way. With more than 40 years experience and an advanced time-tested cleaning process, they can help you reclaim time with your loved ones. Find Mary Maids on Facebook or check out their website at marymaids.com.
The Southeast of Saline School District has a long-standing reputation for excellence. This excellence in public education has been a source of great pride and one of the factors contributing to the quality of life in our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation works in partnership with the USD 306 School District and the community that it serves to maximize student potential, thereby creating a lasting legacy, not only for our children, but for our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation salutes the Trojan Sports Program.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Football on KINA.
We are back, just about ready to go from the Equity Bank broadcast booth here in Hillsboro. Devin Haney, Russ Kossel, Trey Tolley, Chris Cadle producing and engineering back at the KINA studios on South Ohio in Salina. This game presented with live stream video available on SalinaPost.com by the Billings Group Financial Advisors in Salina.
I think your keys to the second half here have to be, you got to finish your drives. I mean, you almost got 300 yards of offense and 16 points to show for it.
Well, you almost have to get the ball back quick, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're kicking off here. Hillsboro starts out with the ball. You got to get this ball back to your offense pretty quick. You can't have a jeopardy situation of them tying the game and continuing this momentum that they established at the end of the first half. Hillsboro returns the opening kick of the second half from Malachi Hopkins back to the 34-yard line. Zane Haslett, you can kind of see him getting some confidence as that second quarter went on.
Yeah, just a sophomore in. You heard a head coach from Hillsboro talk about it. He wasn't quite sure what the identity of this team was if you weren't around for pregame, but Haslett, just a sophomore, but he's standing in there and gaining confidence every snap.
2 wide receivers on the left-hand side. They're going to hand it off here. Couple of nifty slide step moves right in the hole at the point of attack by Josiah Gooch, and he will take it ahead for a gain of 4 yards. 23 yards on 9 carries for Gooch in that first half.
Yeah, that was that same play they ran that they fumbled on in the first half where Brody Chambers came in and just blew up that trap play, that fake sweep trap right back up the middle. That time, much better success up front of blocking for Hillsboro.
2nd down and 6 for Hillsboro. They're at the Hillsboro 37-yard line, 38-yard line. Here's Haslett rolling out left-hand side, trying to find a crease, and he's going to be hit, pinballed around a couple of times. I think he got it just barely past the 40-yard line on a gain of 2.
Yeah, I think right here you talked about it. Get the ball back to your offense, and now you got a 3rd down and 4 for Hillsboro, and really hasn't been any pressure on Haslett. He's kind of just been rolling out, had all the time. He's taken maybe one big hit that I can remember, but just no pressure. We see him almost get pressure and then get picked up and blocked or trip and fall down like on that last play right there. But I think you got to get pressure on Haslett, get him a little uncomfortable.
3rd and 4 for the homestanding Trojans. 3 receivers to the right-hand side. Haslett, the southpaw, wants to roll that way. Hit as he throws. It's going to be deflected and intercepted. Amarion Holub has the interception. It came off the tip of Killian Vaughn. Remember, Killian has that big cast on his hand, and he was unable to catch that football, but Holub behind him takes care of business and gets the pick.
And Bryson Liphole got pressure right there on Haslett. He kind of came in from the far side, never gave up on the play, probably covered 20 yards right there, but got there just in time to maybe Haslett catch him out of the corner of his eye. But now you get that momentum. You got the ball back in 3 plays. Now you got to capitalize.
Jacobson and his offense out there. Good field position at the Hillsboro 46. Pitch out, Holub, right-hand side. This worked well towards the end of the half. Hillsboro ready this time as they're going to keep this gain down to only 3 yards. Holub still only 8 carries, 51 yards and a touchdown. Remember, his last few carries of that second quarter looked just like that off the right-hand side, and he was able to find a gap in this Hillsboro defense.
Yeah, go back to what worked. You know, you saw that play on the opening touchdown drive that Southeast had. He breaks that big, long run, finishes it off in the end zone. Keep them true right now.
From the 43, Jacobson play action. Rolls out to his left, throws it over to Watkins. Evan brings it in at the 40, and he will barrel ahead to the 35-yard line.
And how soft do Evan Watkins' hands look? He's always seeming on that fake, sweep play, and he's just out, and Gannon just leads him out in front almost too far. Watkins does a great job of going out and getting the ball, pulling back in, and getting the first down.
First catch of the night by Evan Watkins. 1st down and 10 at the Hillsboro 35-yard line. Holub on the end around. He dips his toes in the sand. Now he bounces it back out the resort side. He's going to step out of bounds inside the 30 at the 29-yard line on a gain of 6. Holub thought he saw something inside that he liked. Did not once he tested it, but was able to just keep stringing it to the outside.
Yeah, very good patient run right there. Go where the offensive line is going to allow you to go.
Southeast 2nd down at the 29. 2nd and 4. Screen pass out to Thaxton. Has a blocker out in front. It's a good block out in front. Thaxton breaking tackles. Stumbling's way all the way down to the 1-yard line. A 28-yard gain. Jacobson to Thaxton, who comes up 1 yard short.
Now they're going to mark this at the 2, it looks like. So nonetheless, a great job right there. And these receivers very unselfish on this team. Tucker comes in, the leading receiver, but all these other guys, Caden Berrigan, Evan Watkins, Malachi Hopkins, doing a great job blocking on the outside.
1st and goal in the Case IH red zone once again. They go to Holub, and he is cut at the ankles right at the point of attack. Nice play there by the free safety, Aaron Hine, for Hillsboro, and they lost a yard.
Yeah, they're going to give him -1 on that carry. No harm, no foul. Go back up. You got 3 more plays here to get this in the end zone. Look for some misdirection right here for Southeast.
Backs the Trojans of Southeast up to the 3-yard line. 2nd down and goal. Jacobson rolling out to Watkins, right-hand side. Evan with a touchdown. Jacobson to Evan Watkins out on the right-hand side. It comes from 2 yards away, and another touchdown, the 2nd touchdown throw of the night for Gannon Jacobson.
And the 2nd touchdown of the year for Evan Watkins. Just a good job right there, the play fake. Feeding Amarion Hall up, keeps those defensive ends. You got to commit. You got to stay with that run with Southeast, and Gannon pulls it out, gets it out quick to Watkins for a touchdown.
Southeast of Saline going for 2. High snap to Jacobson, rolls out to the left, puts it in down low to a sliding Tucker Thaxton. He is unable to come up with it, and Southeast of Saline comes away empty. But they have pushed their lead back out to double digits, 22-8, Southeast of Saline here in the 3rd quarter, 8:31 left to go here in Hillsboro.
Maury Clinic Sports Medicine. We are available when you need us most. I'm Dr. Andrew Westbrook, and I am the sports medicine physician at Maury Clinic. I see patients of all ages and help them come back stronger than ever. From broken bones to joint pain, my team and I are committed to help you do more. For those with sports injuries, come see us at our sports medicine walk-in clinic Monday and Thursday mornings from 8 to 9 a.m. Prevent, recover, and strengthen so you can perform your best. Maury Clinic Sports Medicine. Make your move with confidence.
You're listening to Trojan Football on KINA Sports.
You know, we went the whole 1st quarter, almost pretty good dent into the 2nd quarter without even having any scoring to talk about for Dr. Andrew Westbrook. But here we are now. We're scoring points. 22 on the board for Southeast of Saline, 8 on the board for Hillsboro. As we are midway through the 3rd quarter, Southeast of Saline's defense gets the job done, and Amarion Hall of interception. That leads to a Gannon Jacobson to Evan Watkins touchdown pass. Malachi Hopkins with a kick that goes out of bounds on the far side. This is going to be good field position to start here for the Hillsboro Trojans. Sophomore quarterback Zane Haslett. You heard Demetrius Cox talking with me in pregame, Russ. He was pretty honest about everything. I asked him, because they threw the ball all over the yard last year, and he said, we're just not that team this year. He said, I got a sophomore quarterback who's trying to figure things out. We're pretty inconsistent on offense. I got some good pieces. I just don't know what we're doing. We're just too inconsistent right now. Paraphrasing what Coach Cox said, but boy, this kid is getting comfortable. He's getting a lot of experience as a sophomore. You fast forward next year and even his senior year, boy, he's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, and he's starting to look comfortable more and more as this game goes on, whether it's rolling left, rolling right, being a southpaw quarterback, but just commanding this offense so far.
Hillsboro will start this drive from the 39-yard line. 1st down. Haslett wants to keep it. Design quarterback run. He'll string it out to the right-hand side. Boy, he's got some wheels, too, as he outruns the Southeast of Saline defense across midfield before finally being pushed out of bounds. He's going to be into Southeast of Saline territory at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 17 by Zane Haslett.
And the only thing I could see maybe that could have been a little better for Southeast right there is your cornerback, which that time happened to be Malachi Hopkins, kind of got sucked into the middle of the field, almost to the hash. Haslett bounces that outside and is able to outrun Malachi as he is able to chase him out of bounds. But you got to keep contained with this young man.
1st down and 10 at the Southeast of Saline, 44-yard line. 2 wide receivers to the left. Heavy on the offensive line. They're going to give it back to Gooch, and he is going to be stopped for no gain on the play. Josiah maybe even lost half a yard there thanks to Brody Chambers. Killian Vaughn also flying around in there.
Yeah, Bryson Lippold in there as well, but busting that play up right away as it looked like Evan Jones, the left guard, was pulling on that play and never really got there before the play got broken up. So a good job by the defensive line. Deacon Bear as well getting through in there. And you got to continue that defensive dominance that we've seen all year from this SES Trojan team up front.
Push back to the 45. 2nd down and 11. 3 wide receivers to the left. Haslett looking right the whole time, and he is going to have a pass that goes out of the breadbasket to Noah Beavers. Malachi Hopkins there. Amarion Holub also on coverage as that ball comes out incomplete.
Yeah, Malachi that time did a good job of staying with him on coming back to the ball. He meets him right as the ball gets there, gets that left paw in there to knock it away to bring up 3rd and 11 now for Hillsboro.
3rd and 11 at the Southeast of Saline 45-yard line.
And we just forget that play or that drive where Hillsboro scored at the end of the half was 16, 17 plays, something like that
16.
to go on.
Yeah, that was – you see less entertaining things at Disney World. I mean, it's – holy cow. Here's a guy in motion. It's Driggers. Haslett also rolling out that way. Wants to pull the trigger, and it's off the hands of the Hillsboro receiver in the middle of the field. That looked like Weisbeck that time that couldn't make the catch, and it will be 4th down and 11 for the Hillsboro Trojans.
Yeah, he had him right there. He just kind of had to stop. Weisbeck had to stop and come back around to the left-hand side and was just on the outstretched arms. But leaving the offense on the field here is Demetrius Cox and the Hillsboro Trojans.
Could be a momentum play one way or the other. 4th down and 11. Really at midfield.
Yeah.
Haslett has Gooch behind him in the pistol. 2 receivers to the left. Haslett looking that way. He's under pressure. Hit as he throws, and he's going to throw it incomplete. Brody Chambers and Evan Watkins coming in from his linebacker spot, heating up the sophomore quarterback who throws it incomplete, and Hillsboro now turns it over on downs.
Yeah, the better man just won right there, and that better man was Brody Chambers. He puts just a little swim move on the center and just comes right through, and perfect hit on Haslett at quarterback and was unable to get anything on that. So a good job once again by this defense standing up as now Brody is going to check out of the game and Garrett Kuhn is going to come in.
Southeast offense gets it back in good spot here at their own 45-yard line. Pitch out of Marion Hollup. He's at the 50, stretching it to the first down sticks. He's going to be pushed out of bounds there. A flag on the far hash mark, though, that may affect this play. I love Marion Hollup, watching him stretch plays out to the sideline because you don't ever know where they're going to end up.
Yeah. I think you're going to get a hold here, but it's just a good patient run. He kind of waited for that block on the far side. That hold was on the inside somewhere, on the offensive line.
48 of the offense. Yard penalty, still first down.
They're going to get Bryson Lippold on the hold right there. But back to your point about watching Amarion run, really seen him since he first got the carry in Kingman when he really got his first action. And the patience just through that game, how fast he adapted to this game.
We saw him break a long one against Beloit, remember? He came in second half against Beloit. That's when we were like, whoa.
I was a week off.
Half a game. Here's Jacobson ripping it down the left-hand side. It's going to be picked. The safety stepping over and picking that off for Hillsboro. Back the other way, Lincoln Wickert. And Wickert's going to take it all the way down deep into southeast of Saline territory. He read that perfectly from his safety position.
Yeah, and Gannon just didn't see him. I mean, he just didn't see Lincoln Wickert back there at that safety position, just kind of lurking back there. And they almost baited Gannon into throwing that ball by letting Tucker get free on that far sideline. And is a good read, but a better read by safety Lincoln Wickert. So how fast this game can change, not only this game, how fast a game can change, but we've seen changes of plays like that this whole game.
3 interceptions by this Hillsboro defense. And they go heavy pistol, and they bat snap it again. Through the quarterback's hands, he has to chase it all the way back to the 35-yard line where he's covered up by Bryson Lippold. These bad snaps, I mean, this Hillsboro team, good Lord bless them, they can't get out of their own way.
Yeah, it's like 5 steps forward and 55 yards back. I mean, you get an interception return for 35, 40 yards. You get it inside the red zone, and now you're back at the 35-yard line. I mean, it's second and 30 right now.
It's a loss of 20 yards. So they have lost 70 yards on bad snaps tonight.
Unbelievable.
But it hasn't hurt him yet.
Hasn't hurt him yet.
From the 35. Little screen pass out here to Driggers. He's looking for some space, and he's going to be shoved out of bounds after a gain of about 6 yards, maybe 7. And that'll help them a little bit as it'll make it 3rd down and about 23.
And the only saving grace really right now for Southeast of Saline is you've thrown 3 interceptions. Hillsboro has 0 points off of those interceptions. The drive they scored on, they kind of beat themselves. Then Southeast helped them, and they go down the field and score.
3rd down and 22.
3rd and 22 after the gain of 8. Driggers in motion. He goes to the left. Haslett wants to go that way. He has Driggers, who catches it on a curl, and he's going to be ran out of bounds at the original line of scrimmage. It'll be a gain of 12 and bring up 4th down and 10.
Ran out of bounds by number 22.
Yeah, really, you got to get some back is all you were asking. Make it 4th and manageable.
And Hillsboro has a kicker. We saw that in pregame. It is Wickert.
Yeah, and I don't think right now, I mean, you could take the points. You sure could, but I don't know if you probably should go for it right now. Is they're going to give them, it looks like about 4th and 9 now instead of 4th and 10. Move the ball up a yard.
Spotted the football at the 14-yard line for the Hillsboro Trojans. 2 wide receivers to the right. Gooch directly behind Haslett at quarterback. Haslett using him as a blocker, wants to roll out that way. Here comes some heat. Haslett pulls up, has to throw it. There's a receiver sitting down in the end zone. He fell down. He was looking for Seth Driggers, but he was down on the seat of his pants in the end zone, and that'll bring up 4th and 9.
I think their feet got tangled up, so that's why you didn't see a flag. Gannon was with him the whole step of the way, and then they both kind of tripped up. Gannon almost went down as well.
1st and 10. After a turnover on downs here now for Hillsboro.
Minus the touchdown, this third quarter has kind of started off like the start of the game did. Just turnover on downs, turnover on downs. Just not a lot of action really besides that one pick and a drive.
5 wide receivers for Gannon Jacobson. One of them coming in motion. They fake the handoff to him. That's Tucker Thaxton. Now Jacobson stretching it out to the right-hand side. Still on his feet, broke a couple of tackles, and he makes his way all the way out to about the 24-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 8 on the play on the quarterback run for Gannon Jacobson.
Yeah, a little bit out of the book of Marion Hollab and Grady Gebhardt right there. Looked like he had a hole. He kind of paused, waited for one more blocker to go. Southeast is going to go quick here.
They gave him 10. 3 wide receivers on the left. 1st down and 10 now at the 24-yard line for Southeast of Saline. Jacobson, little screen play. Flag on the play.
Yeah, receivers weren't set.
As that screen goes for 6 yards. They had 3 receivers to the left. Jacobson went to the right on the screen. And now we have a flag that we will get the penalty call on as it goes against Southeast of Saline here.
Yeah, you're going to have an illegal shift on probably Tucker Thaxton.
Offense. 5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
Didn't get the whole call, but it was an illegal shift on one of the trips out here to the near side of the field. And that's one of the penalties where if the play's not going over there, why even move?
So 1st and 15 now, football back at the 19-yard line. 5:20 left to go here, 3rd quarter. Here's the end around. It's Evan Watkins, has a crease, getting out to the outside to the 30, 35, 40. He was 1 tackle away from breaking that one out in the open. As a Marion Hollab that time, I thought it was Watkins, it was actually a Marion Hollab who brought it all the way out to the 44-yard line. A gain of 25.
Yeah, good play call right there, and even better blocking on the far side as Seth Reeder has to come out as his helmet came off on that tackle.
80 yards in the rushing game for Marion Hollab to the 44-yard line now. 1st and 10. Empty backfield again. They pass it out to Malachi Hopkins. He crosses midfield, still on his feet, and just tough running after the catch. Probably got him another 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah, and I think he's going to end up getting a 1st down right there as they're going to spot it at about the 46-yard line, so they are going to give him a 1st down, but Hopkins kind of ducked that first tackle and then just kept his feet moving and got that extra 3 yards to get a 1st down.
Gain of 10. That's the 5th wide receiver Gannon Jacobson has completed a pass to tonight. 1st down and 10 from the 46. Jacobson back way deep in the pocket. Now he's going to turn it up. He's going to tuck it and run. Has to get around a Hillsboro defender, but he cannot as he is brought down at the 41-yard line. It's a gain of 5.
Yeah, it looked like maybe they're late. He'd already kind of made the decision to tuck it up, but on that far side, Caden Berrigan kind of leaked out down that sideline and was coming back to the numbers, and I don't know if he would have been able to get to him, but just a safe decision right there by Gannon to tuck and run.
Quick moving 3rd quarter here, approaching the 4-minute mark. 2nd down and 5 for Southeast of Saline. They're at the Hillsboro 41-yard line. A check with me over to the sideline. Getting a play to set here. Jacobson now on a screen. Out to Thaxton, who retreated to catch the ball. And now he is going to be arrested for a loss of 1. Boy, Hillsboro all over that one. And again, that free safety, Lincoln Wickert, coming up, making a play. He's been excellent tonight.
Yeah, I think actually the first one there was Jayton Lowen that we've talked about. Malachi Hopkins was up on him. That was his guy to block. And Jaden Lowen just kind of dislodged Malachi and was able to get Tucker down right there at the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 6 from the Hillsboro 42-yard line. Jacobson now goes heavy on the right, fakes the pitch out to Hollop. Now he's going to rise up and throw to Evan Watkins right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. So the last 2 passes have been complete, but they've gone for -1 yard.
Yeah, and Josiah Gooch with a good open field tackle, but even a better job of not falling for that fake pitch that we've seen Watkins leak out on so many times throughout the year. Gooch doing a good job staying at home, staying with the receiver. Now to bring up 4th down and 6 for SES.
Ball at the Hillsboro 42-yard line. It is 4th down. 2 wide receivers to the left-hand side. Jacobson in the pistol. Now he'll move Amarion Hollop to the right hip. Snap back to Jacobson. Little fake there to Hollop. He's going to take off and run, and there's just nothing working there. It's a gain of 2 and a turnover on downs. Hillsboro will take over. Interesting play call there.
Yeah, I don't know if they were trying to maybe catch Hillsboro sleeping a little bit, but that run, that quarterback run up the middle, really anything up the middle tonight has not been there besides, Amarion broke that 11-yard one early in the first quarter right up the middle, but Hillsboro doing a very, very good job against a very good running team from SES.
2:38 left to go. Here in the 3rd. 22-8, southeast of Saline. Now back to the defensive side. Hillsboro takes over at their own 40-yard line. Haslett hands it off to Gooch. He tries the left-hand side, and he'll get 2. Josiah Gooch has not been a big workhorse in this game. That's just his 12th carry, his 3rd carry of the 3rd quarter, 28 yards.
And really, it goes both ways. Both defenses up front. Really good job of containing, filling all the gaps, the A, the B gaps right there. Really nothing, everything that has been for both teams has been through the outside or in the passing game.
2nd down and 8. 2 receivers to the left, 1, it's Beavers to the right. 2 backs in the backfield. Haslett wants to roll to the right-hand side. He's looking for some space. He's going to be hit from behind and then hit in the front, and he's going to get it back to the original line of scrimmage. Nope, they're going to credit him with 1 yard.
And that was a generous spot right there as his forward progress was stopped about 1.5 yards back there, probably at about the 41-yard line. So 3rd down and long here.
3rd down 7.
43. Third down, 7. 1:20 left to go. So we are working our way towards the end of the 3rd. 1 touchdown for SES here in this quarter. Here's Haslett. Had a wide open receiver. I don't want to say wide open, let me take that back, but Wickert was out there in the flat. Probably could have had some run after catch yardage, but he was overthrown, incomplete. Haslett is 2 of 6 throwing the football here in this 3rd quarter.
If you don't want to say wide open, he was really open right there, as he probably could catch that and get it at probably a manageable where they could go for it, to say the least. But it looks like they're going to bring on the punt team as Driggers will drop back to punt.
And if you're Southeast, you got to have all hands on deck, right? Because we've already seen Driggers make 2 exceptional plays in the punting game. One of them was a fake punt. The other one was getting a roughing call back when it was 4th down and 7 miles. And here's a kick that Gannon Jacobson, the only person back, they kept 10 people up to protect against the fake, watches the ball trickle out of bounds at the 22-yard line. So once again, southeast of Saline's defense does the job and gets it back for their offense. So southeast of Saline has the 1 touchdown in this game. Let me go through how the possessions have ended here in this 3rd. Hillsboro started out with it. They threw an interception that was taken by Amarion Hollop. Southeast of Saline took that ball, went down and scored. Since then, Hillsboro turnover on downs. Southeast of Saline an interception. Hillsboro a turnover on downs. Southeast a turnover on downs. Hillsboro with a punt. 1:01 left to go here in the 3rd. It's 22-8 southeast of Saline.
Just when we thought there was a little rhythm going for Southeast, it all stalled out.
There was not. High snap. Jacobson brings it down, puts it in the belly of Amarion Hollop. He will work his way out to the 24, pinballing his way for 2 yards.
And once again, just really nothing going up the middle right there. So you stay with what's got you here. You got to keep your play calls with what'll set you up here.
Clock running, 38 seconds left to go in the third. Jacobson rolling out to the right-hand side. Gannon now finds a seam. He's going to tuck it. He's going to run out to the 30, 35, 40, into that next level, 50. He may take this one all the way. 40, 30, outrunning Hillsboro Trojans to the 15-yard line. All the way down to the 15 goes Gannon Jacobson.
Yeah, good job right there of taking what the defense is going to give you. That he fell awkwardly on that tackle as he kind of got rolled up on from behind. But take what the defense is going to give you. Your offensive line rolls out there, gives you all kinds of time. They over-pursue. He just tucks it and runs up the field. And with the way he has been throwing the ball lately, that was a great decision to tuck that up the field inside the Can-Equip red zone.
51 yards for Gannon Jacobson on that carry. Here's Thaxton. End around. He gets inside the 10 to the 9. 61 yards on that carry. He had 51 previous to that. Now sitting with 112 yards after that big long carry. Longest offensive play of the night for Southeast of Saline. Then on the end around to Tucker Thaxton, he'll break off 7 yards. His first carry of the evening. 2nd down and 3. And we are at the end of the third quarter. Knocking on the door once again, trying to extend that lead when we come back to begin the fourth and final quarter. You're listening on KINA and watching on Salina Post. Live stream video brought to you by the Billings Group Financial Advisors.
We all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
When there is wastewater backing up into your home, time is crucial. Hours are precious to minimize the mess and damage. That is where Salina Septic Service looks out for you with direct access to their dispatch board, so you can schedule the first available appointment. Upload pictures and description of your problem on the Salina Septic Service website and secure your appointment 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Money-saving specials now and information on worry-free service plans when you visit SalinaSepticService.com.
You are listening to Southeast Trojan Football on KINA Sports.
Back in the Equity Bank broadcast booth here in Hillsboro on the campus of Tabor College, a shared facility between Tabor and Hillsboro High School. Devin Haney along with Russ Kossel. Chris Cadle is our producer and engineer. Trey Tolley providing live stream video on SalinaPost.com, brought to you by Billings Group Financial Advisors. Southeast of Saline knocking on the door here. It is 2nd down and 3 at the 8-yard line. A big run by Gannon Jacobson got him here. Now they're going to hand it off to Amarion Hollub. He's going to stretch it out right-hand side inside the pylon, and Hollub's going to score. Second rushing touchdown of the night for Amarion Hollub, who on 13 carries now has 90 yards and 2 touchdowns.
And the misdirection is what leads to that play. They go tight right there, and you know misdirection is coming. So a good job right there of getting in the end zone, Amarion knowing right where he had to go.
Second 2-point conversion, I should say. It's Thaxton kind of weaving in and out of directions and people coming at him. Then he's going to dive across the goal line. And the first play of the fourth quarter is an SES touchdown, an 8-yard touchdown run from Amarion Hollub. We'll step away and come back. More Trojan football with Southeast of Saline and Hillsboro coming up after this.
It is 3rd down and 8 for the Trojans. They really need to make the right call here.
During the football game, it's crucial to make the right call. And in real estate, one call can bring a positive outcome from your real estate experience. Whether you're looking for real property, upsizing to make room for the family, downsizing, or acquiring investment property, call Winnell Garrettson at Salina Homes.
What a call! Touchdown, Trojan!
Buy or sell, call Winnell.
You are listening to Southeast Trojan Football on KINA Sports.
If you need some new school swag to wear out on Friday nights to the stadium, go by downtown Salina and see Messenger Total Promotions. They are the official outfitter of the Eagle Communications broadcast team. Always keeping us look fresh and clean.
Hopefully we get to wear them new long sleeves before too long. Here we are in October, still sitting in shorts and these very nice polos that we have on.
I'm not mad about that.
I'm not either.
I'm still in short season.
4-play drive. right there for Southeast of Saline, capped off with a big 61-yard run by Gannon Jacobson.
This a loose ball on the kickoff. Southeast of Saline coming down after it. Hillsboro is going to be taken down around the 10-yard line. Another mishandling of the football by the Hillsboro Trojans, and it's going to cost them some yardage here as they are going to start this drive back around the 10.
Yeah, he touched that at about the 22-yard line, so a loss of 11 right there after he touched the ball, but Southeast not giving up, hustling down there and able to bring him down as soon as he picks up the ball. So Hillsboro stuck deep in their own territory.
11:44 left to go. We're just underway fourth quarter. I want to remind you, high school football scoreboard show coming up tonight, as it does every Friday night on KINA, 10 until 11 o'clock. Scores and game wraps from across the state of Kansas here on KINA, and it's brought to you by Salina Surgical Hospital. Hillsboro starting out here at their own 10-yard line. Haslett at quarterback, 2 wide receivers to the left. And the official on that side is going to throw a flag. He comes running in, and he's going to say procedure coming off of that Southeast of Saline sideline against Hillsboro. This will back them up to the 5.
I'm going to put this at the 7, it looks like.
Well, they had the line of scrimmage marked at the 12 over there. They've started out the 10, then they went to the 12, so they're going to go back to the 7 now if you're scoring along at home, as they like to say during baseball games. I always wondered who's sitting in the recliner keeping score at home. Here's a run by Haslett, gets back the penalty yardage, plus 2 more it looks like as he plunges ahead off the right-hand side for 5 yards. He is impressive running the football, just hasn't done it a whole lot tonight. His last 4 carries were for 5, 1, 17, and 23.
He had 382 yards rushing and 6 touchdowns coming into tonight, so he is more of a threat on the ground.
Gain of 7 there to break the situation in half. Now 2nd down and 8 after that penalty. 2 wide receivers on each side. Weisbeck, the jet player, gets the fake. They go straight ahead to Gooch, and he will be tumbled up at about the 18-yard line. Gain of 4.
In this game, I feel like Devin, 30-8 on the scoreboard. Man, this could easily be a tie game, a lower scoring game, as many turnovers as that has happened.
It could be a tie game, but it also could be 50-8 right now.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, it could be, and it could have been lopsided the other way at the start, starting the drive, turnover on downs, and then 2 interceptions for Southeast.
3rd down and 4. Critical down here for Hillsboro. They don't want to be forced in punt formation. 3 wide receivers to the left. They're going to roll Haslett out that way. Usually he comes back to Driggers. He's going to keep it, though, and tuck it, and he's going to have the 1st down. Boy, what a carry that time. He ended up getting it by about a yard, maybe a yard and a half, as they're going to spot him down just short of the 25. He needed 7 yards and got about 7.5.
And why not roll out to your left-hand side with your biggest?
I'll tell you why. Your left-handed quarterback rolling out to the left-hand side, the sticks are on the other side. You don't know where you need to be.
Yeah, but you got Kai De Fiesta out there at 6'2", 328 pounds. Why not run behind him?
I get it. Yep. 2 receivers to the right. Weisbeck now will go in motion. They'll hand it to Gooch, and he is in a car crash just short of the 25-yard line. No other way to explain that. That wreckage was led by Brody Chambers, but then he had his buddies helping out.
Yeah, Bryson Lippold coming in, just flying in after Brody and Deacon Bear, Drew Weller down there as well, but just tough sledding for both teams inside the hashes tonight.
Line of scrimmage at the 24. Reminder, when we look ahead for programming on KINA this weekend, no Kansas Wesleyan game. They are enjoying a bye. No Chiefs game. They are also enjoying a bye. Here is Haslett rolling out right-hand side. He's going to let it fly down the field. It's picked off. Tucker Thaxton has the pick on the left-hand side of the field. He's able to bring it in for Southeast of Saline, and it's the 2nd interception of the 2nd half for Hillsboro, and Southeast of Saline sitting pretty with field position after the interception by Tucker Thaxton.
And Hazlitt rolling out to the right, and he had pressure on the far side over there, and he tried to turn his body as a southpaw and get his feet set, and there was no way he was able to get all of that. That was probably 6 to 10 yards underthrown. Almost looked like it was intended for Thaxton over there. So good starting field position here for Southeast.
Southeast of Saline comes out, short field, ball on the 32. They go to Marion Hollop, jump cut out to the left-hand side. He's going to have about 4 or 5 on this play.
Yeah, he did a good job right there. That was Rent to go up the A gap. He kind of jump cut to the outside, got contact 2 yards, kept those feet turning, kept the wheels going, and was able to get 2 more yards on that to get 4 yards right there. Good run, good hard run right there by Amarion.
2nd down and 6 after that gain of 4. Football setting at the 27, 28 we'll call it. 2 receivers in tight, make it 3 now to the right-hand side. They're setting up a screen for Thaxton. Thaxton makes a move, curls back to the inside, gets a good block from Malachi Hopkins. Now they're going to throw a late flag on this play as Thaxton made it to the 25. Are they calling Hopkins for a bad block, or was it after that?
No, I think they could possibly looked like maybe Garrett Kuhn was coming out there as well on the block. We'll get the call right here.
Okay, we will do that.
Face mask, number 11 of the offense. 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
Caden Berrigan called with a face mask as he was in there trying to block. Back to my thoughts about weekend programming. There's no K-Dub, there's no Chiefs, but Sunday, NASCAR playoffs here on KINA.
At the reconfigured Roval
you told
in
me it was
Charlotte.
Reconfigured. I got to believe you.
They got to try to get somebody other than A.J. Allmendinger to win an Xfinity race over there, so that's why they reconfigured it.
That comes up at noon. Here's the pitch out, left-hand side. Amarion Hollop, he's going to cut it back into the crease, and he will make it ahead to about the 27-yard line. Another gain of 4 for Amarion Hollop.
Yeah, he was set to lose probably 3 yards on that play and just kind of evaded one tackle, put that left foot in the ground, and went up the field. So, once again, another good, patient, smart run by Amarion Hollop to get positive yardage to bring up 3rd down and 6.
3rd and 6 for Southeast of Saline. From the 28. Back to where they were just a little bit ago, a couple plays ago. They got pushed back. Now they worked their way back to the 28, but it's still 3rd down. Canyon Douglas goes in motion. They're going to give him the ball. Canyon stretching it out to the left-hand side. Might have got horse-collared there. He took a big step back, but then it almost springboarded him as he kept his legs going down the sideline on the left-hand side.
Yeah, it was almost like a slingshot right there. They kind of grabbed a hold of him, pulled him back, and it almost propelled him further forward. So a good job by Canyon Douglas on that stretch play out to the far side of the field, but the short side of the field more importantly, and he's able to plant that foot in the ground and get up and get that 1st down. Just would have maybe liked to seen him stay in bounds right there, keep that clock running, but just an amazing job to even not have a no gain or a gain of 1 or 2.
Here's a final from this district. Halstead tonight hammering Ellsworth 31-13.
Oh,
what is going on? 1st down and 10. Here's Jacobson, fakes it to 2 backs that were going around. Gannon's going to nosedive and lunge his way up to the 16-yard line after a gain of 6. So Halstead has been hammered the last 2 weeks.
And they come out and beat undefeated Ellsworth.
Hillsboro hammered them. Who else beat them real solid? Anyway.
You're putting me on the spot. Wow.
They come out tonight and they beat Ellsworth, who was undefeated, 31-13. Here's a pitch out. Hollop, left-hand side. And he's going to gain maybe 1.5 yards.
We got a couple end of 3rd quarter scores. Hoisington started to turn it on in the 2nd half, up 42-25. Norton finally, after only leading 1 score at the half, after 3 is 35-8 against Russell.
Marion Hollop knocking on the door of 100 yards here. 3rd down and 5. Football sitting at the 16-yard line in the Case IH red zone. Here's Jacobson. He's going to keep it. Has to step around one of his offensive linemen. It was Miniman there blocking for him. And Jacobson will take it all the way down inside the 10 to the 8. It's a gain of 8 and another 1st down for Southeast of Saline, who continues to milk this clock.
Yeah, he got that 1st down on extra effort. He was stopped a yard short and then got 3 to 4 more yards after he sprung free. regardless of who's carrying the ball, that's what you like to see from your guys carrying the ball. Those feet never stop moving.
And the clock continues to melt down, now to 6:20. Here's a Marion Hollop counter play. Starts out to the left, comes back to the right, working his way towards the goal line, and he's going to be a yard short after a gain of 7. He has just eclipsed over 100 yards now unofficially, but he needs one more yard to get into the end zone. Let's see if they give it to him here to try to complete the hat trick.
I think you have to ride him right here. You got to let him carry the ball, but
he's been really good starting mid-second quarter on in this game. When they started giving him the ball, Hillsboro has had trouble with him. Second down and goal from the 1. Jacobson with Hollop directly behind him. They give it to Amarion, and he is clean into the end zone. Give the left hand of that offensive line all the credit in the world, and Amarion Hollop had the vision to see it. He skates into the end zone, untouched from 1 yard away, his 3rd touchdown of the night.
Yeah, off the backside of Ian Nicholson, Deacon Bear, the rest of the line, Drew Weller, Brody Chambers, Kendall Minimum. Garrett Kuhn been in there quite a bit in the second half. So a good job by those really 6 guys, as we've seen a heavy dose of Garrett Kuhn, as we're going to see the swinging gate for the first time tonight.
It is the first time.
Gannon takes it, rolls out to the right, stops, looks to pass, evades a tackler, looks in the back of the end zone, intercepted, and in the high school level, you cannot return that back.
So the 2-point conversion fails. Southeast of Saline still comes away with 6 after Marion Hollop's 3rd rushing touchdown of the night. We'll step away. 5:36 left to go in this one. Southeast of Saline leads it 36-8 here on KINA.
Acute pain become abnormal chronic pain. Chronic pain can be one of 2 types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialists will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at salinapainclinic.org.
You are listening to Southeast Trojan Football on KINA Sports.
That is scheduled for 7 p.m. this coming Tuesday.
5:36 left to go here. Southeast of Saline puts up a touchdown, no 2-point conversion. They come away with 6 after Amarion Hollop's 3rd rushing touchdown of the night. Back here in the Equity Bank broadcast booth, 5.5 minutes left to go on this one. A lot of scores starting to roll in. Of course, we'll have a ton of scores for you tonight on the scoreboard show from 10 until 11 o'clock. Malachi's kick bounces at the 20. It's taken on the run there by Weisbeck, it looks like, for Hillsboro. And he will come out past the 35-yard line and be brought down at the 36. I don't know if you can ask for a more neutral night, which to me, they're hard to come by in the state of Kansas where there's really no wind. It's not hot. It's not cold. It's just a pretty good night.
Yeah, we've been very fortunate this year with weather, to say the least. I mean, you're sitting at 71 degrees right now on October 11th. So I don't think you can ask for much better than that. Really no wind. The flag's not even moving on the south end of the field. So great night, good night. I wouldn't say a great night for Southeast Saline. It's a win. Or it's not a win. There's still 5:31 left to go. But a good, decent night for Southeast.
Well, and what your Southeast of Saline has to do, and you kind of got to read between the lines on this, you got to complete this game and win by 21 or more, right?
Yes.
I mean, that's the point total that you are required to get if you want to remain wins and points above everybody else. And right now, the way that the rest of the district is kind of intermingling and mixing with each other, you want to make sure that you're above all that mess. So you want to get out of here with a victory and you're plus 21.
And how the seeding works now, new this year, that I'm not sure we really understand the whole thing yet. But if you can just keep that 21 streak alive of maximizing the point differential that you can get in this game and the next 2 going forward, you kind of set yourself up.
Second down and 8. Pitch out to Josiah Gooch. He's trying to string it out to the sideline. He's going to step through a couple of divers for Southeast of Saline, and he's going to bring it out to the 50-yard line. It's a gain of 10 for Josiah Gooch, one of his longest runs of the night. 16 carries, 45 yards.
Yeah, probably his best run of the night right there. As it looked like it was stymied pretty well by the Southeast Saline defense, and Brody having to come around from the far left defensive end position to run that play down. So a good job of him by not giving up like he never does.
That's just dumb. I love watching it, but that's just silly to even hear you say that. First down for Hillsboro at the midfield stripe. They go back to Gooch, and he will take it to the 47 where he meets Brody Chambers again. 3-yard gain.
Yeah, Bryson Lippold, the first one there, kind of took the brunt of that impact, but was able to bring him down with the help of Brody Chambers as well.
47-yard line now, the line of scrimmage for a 2nd down and 7.
Nemaha Central wins 24-0 over Sabetha.
Big rivalry right down the highway from each other. 2nd down and 7. Bad snap here. It's on the turf, and it's going to be recovered by Southeast of Saline. Just another bad snap. This one's going to be recovered by Drew Weller as it went off the quarterback, off the running back, and then onto the turf, and Drew Weller was there to pick it up for Southeast of Saline. A fumble recovery there, the 3rd takeaway of the night for Southeast of Saline.
Yeah, and if there's a thing is bounces not going your way, bounces have not went Hillsboro's way tonight. Every time that ball has hit the turf and they try to recover it, it has went in the wrong direction.
Well, just talk about ball control, right?
Yeah.
Like, don't be careless with the football. The negative plays they've had tonight, it's been stuff like that. They erase all that. This is a totally different game.
Yes.
From the 49-yard line now at midfield, Southeast of Saline will put in Tiernan Potachik. They will also put in Levon Hopkins at running back. So going a little second team action here, they go to Levon Hopkins, who explodes off the left-hand side, and he is going to move it for a 7-yard gain.
I think I remembered a conversation we had probably 4 or 5 hours ago was, man, I hope we get to see Levon Hopkins get on the field is what I said, because this young man is just built different. I mean, he is low stature, but he is thick, and he runs the ball hard.
Gain of 7 to the 44. That'll bring up 2nd down and 3. Little surprised here to see the key backups in, given the point situation, but I think Coach Gibart and his coaching staff has established so much confidence in them lately with the way that they've been playing in varsity games that they're okay with it. They want to put them in and help and watch them close it out.
Yeah, Levon Hopkins is going to get a gain of about 2 yards right there, bring up 3rd and 1, but you're exactly right. I mean, we saw him come out last week and open the second half against Lions and drive the ball right down the field. This same group that's out there took care of the ball the whole second half, no turnovers. Defense played great. So, I mean, the depth on this team, and I know we talked about that a lot last week, but I don't think you can talk about it enough, from the skill positions to the offensive line to really anywhere on the field.
James Friesen goes out. Lyric Lilly comes in at that slot position right behind the offensive line. Snap back here to Tiernan Potachik, and he's going to give it off once again to Hopkins, and Levon Hopkins will go to the 39-yard line on a gain of 3, and that'll give Southeast of Saline a 1st down. 3 carries, 12 yards for Levon Hopkins so far here as he has come into the game. Line of scrimmage now to the 39-yard line, and Southeast of Saline looking to close this one down. Approaching the 2-minute mark, 2:05 left to go. They're watching that play clock creep down as well. They can take it down here to about 1:45 before they snap it if they so choose. 1st down and 10, Potachik in the shotgun. Weller still in there at center. Snaps it over Potachik's head, and Tiernan has to dive after it. Saves the football back at the 48-yard line. So that is going to be a loss for Southeast of Saline. It's on the other side of the 49. They're going to lose 13 there. So a little bit of what bit Hillsboro all night long, creeping into Southeast of Saline there, as Russ is on his way down to the Salina Ortho sideline. Have a conversation with Mitch Gibart post-game. We will have his comments after we take our first break and begin the Commercial Tire Center postgame report. 1:10 left to go. 2nd down and 22 here for Southeast. Potachik turns, gives it to Levon Hopkins. He'll take it back across midfield once again and get to the 46-yard line. Gain of 6. Football sitting now at the 46-yard line as we are inside a minute left to go. It'll be interesting to hear the comments of Coach Gibart. I think the way this one has gone, I think he'll be happy getting out of here with the scoreboard the way it is, and possibly maybe happy with a couple of wake-up calls too, that he can get out here with a victory and still watch some film and have some teaching points. Here's a snap here that Potachik has to pick up off the ground. He mishandled that one. He's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe lose a yard. as he will go down and pick that one up. It'll move it to the 4th down, but that's going to be it. They don't have to run any more plays here, as I think Southeast of Salina and Hillsboro both satisfied with what happened here tonight, and Southeast of Saline will get out of here with a 36-8 victory. It's another victory for Southeast of Saline in district play as they go to 2-0. They also go to plus 42 on the points, and they go to 6-0 overall. 36-8, our final score. Coming up next, the Commercial Tire Center's post-game report. We'll have comments from head coach Mitch Gibart. We'll also have a Vernon Jewelers Gym of the Game and our Everhart Precision Ag Precision Passive of the night after a 36-8 Trojan victory. Mitch Gibart's comments when we come back on the Commercial Tires post-game report after another Trojan victory here, 36-8 in Hillsboro.
For the experts at Commercial Tire Centers to look over your vehicle. Summer was tough on your tires. Winter's coming on strong. You don't want to be left stranded with tires that aren't performing. Car, truck, SUV, trailers, farm, and big rigs. Commercial Tire will help you keep safe and productive. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th in Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
At Vernon Jewelers, we are celebrating 140 years of our family serving yours, serving you with the best in prices, quality, and the service to back it up. You can trust us for your unique custom pieces and any repair you may need. And just because we've been around for 140 years doesn't mean we are old and out of touch. It just means we're really good at what we do. Now is the time to shop for the holiday. Come see us in downtown Salina and look for the iconic Vernon Jewelers sign on Santa Fe, here for you since 1884.
The Trojans are experts in precision passes, and Everhart Precision Ag are your experts in grid soil sampling. Everhart Precision Ag does all the sampling and data analysis in-house, keeping it local and close to the farm. They're also your local channel seedsman, selling all seeds with an emphasis in corn and soybeans. Trust Matt Everhart and Lane Hensley at Everhart Precision Ag, serving Saline, Dickinson, McPherson, and Ottawa counties, and also supporting Southeast of Saline Trojans. For more information, visit everhartprecision.com.
When it rains, it pours, so it's important for you to get coverage that meets your needs. The team at Kniper Agency with Farmers Insurance can help you understand your options so you can prepare for what the forecast brings. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. Learn more by calling Stephanie, Morgan, or Tiffany at the Kniper Agency at 825-8419 to find out how they can help you protect the things that matter most to you.
We are farmers. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Time for the Trojan postgame show on KINA Sports. Stick around for the game recap, final stats, and reaction from the coach. This is Trojan Football on KINA.
Back here in postgame, Commercial Tire Centers. Postgame report in the Equity Bank broadcast booth. Victory tonight for Southeast of Saline. The visiting Trojans here in Hillsboro win it 36-8 as we go through final numbers for you. For Southeast of Saline tonight, Gannon Jacobson 15 of 26 throwing the football, 2 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. His main target, Tucker Thaxton, with 7 catches for 79 yards. 4 catches for Kenyon Douglas of 84 yards. 1 catch for Malachi Hopkins of 10 yards. Evan Watkins, 3 catches, 10 yards. Amarian Hollab had a catch for 14 yards. Kenyon Douglas had a touchdown reception tonight for Southeast of Saline. Amarian Hollab had 3 rushing touchdowns, 18 carries, 67 yards for him. Gannon Jacobson, 15 carries, 126 yards. His long carry of 61 yards on the night. Also 6 yards for Kenyon Douglas, 7 yards for Tucker Thaxton, 18 yards for Levon Hopkins. Southeast of Saline tonight rolls up 400 yards of offense as we go down to the field. Here's Coach Gibart.
Coach, a better second half, obviously, than what was put out on the field in the first half. Just your overall thoughts on the game on the offensive side of the ball first.
Well, I guess I'm going to give hats off to Hillsboro. Their kids played their butts off. I mean, they're 2-3 and played some good football teams, which we've talked about before. I mean, their combined record before we came in here was 14-1, and they could have rolled over and not not played well. And Coach Cox does a great job with them. They were tough and aggressive and got after it. And hats off to those guys. I mean, we had to grind and work and fight and claw and everything else for everything that we got. So, hats off to them. Overall thoughts on what we did. I thought we were better the second half. We made some big mistakes in the first half that just cost us. That opening drive keeps coming back to me. Opening drive, we get down. I mean, we're doing exactly what we want to do. We're moving the ball and everything else, and we can't punch the ball in on that opening drive, and that's a big deal. We have penalties, costly penalties throughout the whole game. Actually, that we got to get our stuff straightened out.
Yeah, and we'll go to the second half. You open up on defense. You come away with an interception, then you drive right down the field and punch it in for a touchdown, and then it kind of reverts back to the first half. Turnover on downs, and really back and forth with both ways. But your defense, once again, stands up and keeps them out of the end zone that whole second half.
I thought our kids played physical on the defensive side. They got some big kids, and they play hard. So, I think our defense did a good job. I have no idea what the yardage is. The ball seemed like it moved a lot, and I felt like they had the ball the whole time in the first half. But they didn't, I know, but it just felt to me like they did.
You give up under 100 yards in the first half. You unofficially go over 400, on the offensive side of the ball. But, more importantly, you get the victory. You go 1-0. That we can't take that away from you. You go 1-0, more importantly, but you get that plus 21. That you keep them out in that district play going into next week with Halstead coming into town.
Yeah, that's big. I mean, the kids know we didn't play as well as we'd like to have. And again, I give credit to Hillsboro. Hillsboro made us not do some things that we wanted to do. But it is. I mean, we're 6-0. We won 1-0 6 times so far this year in a row. And and we did get plus 21. So that's a big deal.
Yeah. All right, Coach. Good job. 1-0 this week. Halstead coming in next week off a win against Ellsworth. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, sounds good.
Devin.
Thank you very much. Russ on the field, on the Salina Ortho sidelines, along with head coach Mitch Gibart. His interview is brought to you by Frisbee Construction in Gypsum as we close it out, a 36-8 victory, southeast of Saline over Hillsboro. We'll have one more break here in the Commercial Tire Center's postgame report. When we come back, we'll go over scoring for you as we check out all the scoring plays and run this down, how we got to the 36-8 final score. Here's a 60 and back with more postgame after this from Hillsboro on KINA.
Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knopf Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knopf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the southeast of Saline Trojans.
When crop and weather conditions are just right, you need to bale as much as you can, as fast as you can, all while putting up the highest quality product possible. Case IH round balers have the reputation as the hardest working balers in the business to consistently build dense bales with square shoulders that don't sag. No matter the crop or field condition, bale more with Case IH round balers. With easier maintenance and serviceability, you'll spend more time where it counts. In the field, baling hay. Ready to build a better bale? Contact Can Equip in Solomon.
You are listening to Southeast Trojan Football on KINA Sports.
Back here one last time in Hillsboro. Final scoring for you. Scoring recap is presented by Dr. Andrew Westbrook, the Maury Clinic Sports Complex. Dr. Westbrook and his sports injury walk-in clinic is open Monday and Thursday mornings for all your nagging sports injuries. Go see him and get feeling better. Get back to action with Dr. Andrew Westbrook at Maury Clinic. At Maury Sports Medicine. Well, looking at this chart, a little overwhelming when you look at everything that happened mid-quarter of the second on through to this game. The opening drive, Southeast of Saline turned it over on downs. Then Hillsboro, they turned it over on downs at the end of the first quarter. It was 0-0. Our first score came from Southeast of Saline with 8:07 left to go in the second quarter. Southeast of Saline's Amarian Hollab had a 2-yard touchdown run. Tucker Thaxton would run in the 2-point conversion. Southeast of Saline would go up 8-0. Then Tucker Thaxton would have, on that drive, Thaxton had an 18-yard reception on a 3rd and 8. Amarian Hollab had a 23-yard run to the 2. Then he was able to run it in after that. 6:38 left to go. About a minute and a half later, Gannon Jacobson and Canyon Douglas hooked up from 29 yards out. It was a touchdown, and Malachi Hopkins received the 2-point conversion, 16-0 southeast of Saline. Then southeast of Saline got them kind of a weird spot. It was a 4th and 55. A punt attempt by Hillsboro. That snap went over the punter's head. Hillsboro chased it all the way back into the end zone. Seth Driggers actually got a kick away. Also got some contact on that, too. The call ended up being roughing the kicker. Hillsboro would get a first down. They would take that ball down the field and score with 18.9 seconds left, a 16-play drive. 16-8 was our score at halftime. Third quarter was a bit of a mess. Hillsboro comes out. They throw an interception. Then southeast of Saline has the ball off of that interception. Gannon Jacobson ends up going down the field. He throws it to Evan Watkins 2 yards out, makes it 22-8. Then Hillsboro had a turnover on downs. Southeast threw an interception. Hillsboro had a turnover on downs. Southeast of Saline turned it over on downs. Hillsboro punted. That was the end of the third quarter. First play of the fourth quarter, 11:53 left to go. Southeast of Saline's Amarion Holub gets his second touchdown of the night. 2-point run by Thaxton, 30-8 southeast of Saline. Then with 5:36 left to go, Amarion Holub, a 1-yard touchdown run, his third of the night. New 2-point conversion. That put us at our final of 36-8. Southeast of Saline now 6-0 on the season. They go to 2-0 in district play. They're at a plus 42 in their district in Class 2A. Next up will be the Halstead Dragons. I'm not surprised, Russ, by anything that Coach Gibart had to say, and I'm a firm believer that good football teams sometimes stumble when you can have good film to show your team and make teaching points while getting a victory. I think that is double good if you're southeast of Saline. I think that's what happened here tonight.
Yeah, and I think there's going to be a lot of teaching to come off this film. I mean, it was turnovers were bad. I mean, you throw 3 interceptions. It's never a good thing. I don't know what the turnover ratio is in the last 2 years in the stadium, but Southeast seems to struggle to hold on to the ball here. Nonetheless, you know, you get out of here with a victory. But, yeah, I think a lot to come on this film. And like you said, good teams get tested, good teams stumble, but great teams find a way to win. And that seems to be what this team is.
So we talked about this Hillsboro team. I also agree with Coach Gibart when he said give credit to Hillsboro. They're a good football team. They're not a 2-4 team, although they are 2-4. You look at, though, coming into tonight, the teams that they had lost to, 14-1 on the season, they've just played southeast of Saline, who's undefeated. Add that in there, 20-1. Combined scores or records of the teams that they've lost to so far this season without knowing what Haven and Heston did. That's incredible. And they may, if they can get a couple of wins here in the next couple of weeks, find themselves to where they're in a spot to get second behind southeast of Saline in the district.
Yeah, it's a gauntlet to really open your year up in the first 6 games, and your teams have a combined, now that we know, 2 losses in the teams in the teams that you've lost to. So you're exactly right. And I went and talked to Coach from Hillsboro, and, you know, told him you got a great group of kids. They never gave up. They played hard. I'm real impressed with that sophomore quarterback in Hazlitt. He found a way to just really keep his team in the game the best he could with what was around him. So hats off to Hillsboro, and hats off to that young man who's still got a long way to go.
That'll do it from Hillsboro. Again, for studio engineer Chris Cadle, also Trey Tolley. Live stream video. You can watch a Southeast of Saline football game from tonight or any night, free of charge, on demand, on the YouTube page of Salina Post Sports. My name is Devin Haney, along with Russ Koss. I want to thank you for joining us, listening on KINA, or watching on SalinaPost.com to another Trojan victory, 36-8. We're 30 minutes away from the high school football scoreboard show, where you can hear scores and game wraps from across the state of Kansas with Eric Peterson. That is brought to you every Friday night by Salina Surgical Hospital. Again, no Kansas Wesleyan game tomorrow. They are on a bye. No Kansas City Chiefs game this weekend. They are on a bye. NASCAR racing comes your way, playoff style, from the Roval at Charlotte. That comes up here on KINA on Sunday. Next Friday night, Southeast of Saline will be back in action at home. It's senior night, brought to you by New Image Audio. We will do it all again as Southeast of Saline back at the Fritz to take on the Halstead Dragons. Have a great weekend. We will talk to you next Friday night on the campus.